Unfiltered.
Right to
Right.
that.
I,
Shit. It's so
it's so
crazy.
crazy.
People do this on purpose because it's
Because
like,
it's like,
soon as you go
who's gonna
live.
laugh?
Okay,
Okay,
it's some of
somebody,
you.
it's somebody.
All right, let me mute. All right, I just went on mute to make sure it ain't on this end.
Hold up. So, now I ain't been here all night, but I went and slept for like a good 5 hours. Get back up. Can y'all see the all the comments? Like y'all can see the Twitch comments too. I'm talking about the panel. Like the one that says Shay Big.
I can't see any comments.
You
I
said you
can't see
can't
any
see it.
comments. Oh, I have to go to this. But then if I look at the comments, if I can't look at the comments and join the chat at the same time, so I have to do either one or the other.
Hmm. But you can see like you can see okay. Shay biggest crash out. You can see that y'all can see his comments, right?
I can see somebody said, "Who?
It's Shay. It says Shay biggest crash out. What's up, Lil
Shay
Rich?
as big as crack?"
Damn, he breaking up bad now.
Yeah, I can see that.
Y'all hit the like button on your way in if you haven't already.
Shay's biggest crash out. Shay's the biggest crash out. Yeah.
Okay, so you can see it good.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, big crash out. I see a Demarcus too.
Yeah, y'all can see all of them. That's why I want to know if y'all can see. 'Cause I know other people when they come up here, they can't see certain comments.
Who, me?
No, I was saying other people in the past, like Twitch. Like I'm screaming on Twitch, Facebook, and YouTube right now, and some of them, couldn't see certain comments. That's why I was asking.
You say I'm breaking up bad?
Yeah, you were breaking up. All right, what's up, support? Samsung's back, I see.
Jamie, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Jamie,
Yes, can you hear me? Goodness, like, bro, I would love to have a week where we don't have to go.
How is my sound?
You sound good.
Okay, okay.
Taj, what you sound like? Taj, you there?
Mic check. 1 2 1 2.
Okay, you sound good too. This Samsung nigga, I don't know, like, bro, this nigga. Cairo, you got a shout out. Where you at? I'm guessing she's gonna come back in. Like she'll answer when she come back in here. I'll leave it up there. Fuck, 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 fuck. I got another one somewhere in the car.
And then there were two.
It looks like it. The goats still here. Man, I'm gonna get this thing 10 more minutes and we're gonna start it back. We're gonna go ahead and start it. Can't keep holding everybody up. Good thing is it ain't that many people in here yet.
Absolutely. DeMarcus, absolutely. Are you insane? Yes,
Do we
absolutely.
know?
Absolutely.
Hell yeah, I believe in that shit.
Absolutely.
you hear me? I couldn't hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you now. Yes.
Oh my God.
Hell yeah, prenup. You got, especially if I ain't know your ass for a while, like, and I don't think you know, after my money or nothing like that. Like, say we came up together, then I may will let you pass. And that's a big may. And then say you got something to lose too. So like, okay, she ain't trying to divorce because she gonna have a lot to lose too. Then I might consider, all right. But just a random that I end up catching with and stuff like that. And she went with me like when I was coming up. Hell yeah, you signing that shit.
I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn. I think it should be a prenup in every wedding.
Oh, no.
Every marriage should come with a prenup. And y'all should update the prenup as y'all obtain assets and liabilities. Like it should continue to be an agreement on how property is going to be divided in the event this stuff don't work. And then when I think divorces became a trend when it became an option.
Okay, so real quick, Cairo.
I see I got a shout out. Thank you. Thank you. Who is that? DeMarcus. I'm actually in New York. I moved from Los Angeles and relocated to New York. So I'm in Brooklyn, New York. Because I can't see how to text. I don't know how to respond to the text.
Yeah, you supposed to just speak. You don't have to text it.
Oh, okay.
Um,
But thank you for the acknowledgement. I really appreciate that. It means a lot.
Samson is Michael. We know that. Like that's not even. We don't even have to debate that. We know that. The nigga coming in saying the same shit, the same
Yeah.
emotion. Yeah.
Oh snap.
Hold on, Michael. You from Brooklyn? Yeah. Solo gonna try to lie and say there was me spamming my own shit.
That's you.
Not there.
That is you.
Doing that. Anyway,
Funny.
we about to go ahead and get started, people. As y'all can see, the first topic at hand. Damn, we just lost touch. Hit that a bitch. He'll be back. But first topic of the day, we're gonna touch on this marriage decline because it's been definitely declining. We've been having viral weddings, like people always, when they get proposed to, or if they propose to somebody and they say yes, they always posting that. But them motherfuckers be divorced within 3 years. It's not funny, but it's
Hey, that's what the data say.
yeah. And then I know a few of them. Like they were just, I'm talking about, had a wedding on an island and all kinds of shit, right?
And divorce.
Motherfuckers was divorced in 6 months.
Oh no.
Oh,
Oh wow.
damn.
Crazy, bro. So
See how
the
Tony
question,
Braxton. Oh, go my bad, Jamie. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, so the question at hand is, what is this reason for this, major decline? Because like people aren't marrying as much either anymore. But when they do marry, there's a huge possibility that they will divorce.
Yeah.
So go ahead. What were you gonna say?
Let me see. Oh, and I was gonna make a.
You were saying
I
something
was just gonna. Yeah, I was gonna say. I was gonna try to make a joke about how it ain't funny, but how Tony Braxton did Cairo big homie Birdman out of New Orleans. Like that was 2 weeks.
That is bad.
Just in case he hear this, I know that ain't funny to him or anybody in his crew. But that just to prove your point. Like, damn, fam. Like, you know what I mean? Shit. Took that man to the cleaners less than a month. So yeah. But that's it. That's all I was gonna say earlier.
I mean, if I'm Birdman, he should have known she didn't want his ass anyway.
But Jamie, they was together for years, fam. They was together for what? At least 2-3 years. And Birdman, I'm gonna see if I can find his statement before we get off this subject. He was like, man, hey, he said, I never really cared about this love shit, part of my language, but he was like, man, I never really cared about it. He's like, I'm a gangster. We hit it and move on.
I saw
And he
that.
said, you saw that?
Mm-hmm.
So he was like, the first time he gives it a shot, this what happens. And that I ain't gonna lie, that resonated with me. I'm like, damn. So, that's it. Yeah. Next.
So, what do y'all think the reasoning for this decline is?
I would say, I remember T.I., and y'all know I'm not big on name drops, but these brothers made some key points. T.I. years ago, he was like, it's more of the production. And I gotta, he did he was gender specific, so I'm not trying to do the blame game with either gender, but he did make it sound like it was more towards the brides wanting the production value, wanting the production to kind of show off for whoever, they haters, they whoever, you know what I mean? And then I could say this from a personal level. When that honeymoon phase wear off, you better be ready, because it's either go ahead, Cairo, you take it from there. I hear you. You know what I'm talking about.
Go ahead.
No, hey, that's an authentic laugh. You know what I'm talking about. So when that honeymoon phase wear off, that's when the truth gonna come out. Like, yeah. So
Yeah,
I don't think you should take the relationship serious until the honeymoon phase is. And I'm talking about just regular relationships, not people even getting married. When that honeymoon wear off, that's when you gonna know if you really got something. And I'm speaking from experience. Go ahead.
well, yeah, because I think after the honeymoon phase, that's when the true love kick in. Because anybody can be
Mhm.
happy with somebody when it's all good. You know, it goes back to that song, "Can You Stand the Rain?" Because when it rains, done,
Mm,
that's when you're gonna really find out. Damn, do I really fuck with her or do I really fuck with him? You know what I'm saying?
right.
As you know, now you getting to know this person more than you probably knew before the marriage because you're out living among each other. You're seeing each other's flaws, stuff like that. So, and I think people don't have loyalty to their vows anymore because they just throw out the for better for worse. They fuck that. Hey, I don't like this. I'm out. And like I'm trying my best to behave myself today. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, bro, that's the truth. That happens a whole lot, especially today. And let's just keep it a buck. Anytime you have an incentive to do something, it's gonna the odds of you doing it is gonna be much higher. And that's the reason why I think men is like, bro, F getting married now. I'm just keeping it 100. That's why. Because they're like, bro, what is the advantage that we gain when it comes to marriage? So that's why they're like, hey, I got me unless they're okay with the marriage that keeps the courthouse out of it. A lot of men are checking out, bro. They're like, bro, hell no. Especially if you got some kind of money, like you know. Now let me address Cairo since it seemed like y'all pretty quiet. I mean not Cairo. DeMarcus comment where he said, "How do I feel about the Mary J. Blige paying Kendu Isaac alimony?" Um, for me, I think, I mean, unfortunately, they love that. This is part of equality. They said they fought for equality. This is it. Mary J. made more money than him. She owe him. Now, me personally, I don't think I would go after a woman for her money because, in my opinion, like it just as a man, I'm gonna be good, regardless. So I'm not about to come after you for your money. I just wouldn't feel me personally. I just wouldn't feel right going after a woman trying to get the courthouse to make her pay me. So I wouldn't do it. But I mean, shit. That's what we're dealing with. How y'all feel about that?
If I could respond to that, I mean, I don't disagree. If she makes the money in a relationship as the artist and he doesn't make enough money to provide the same lifestyle that they were living together, then she should be paying him alimony until he's able to build his income up where he can be able to afford the lifestyle that they had. Now, I'm not saying that he has to go get, live in, a $50,000, a $50 million mansion or nothing. But I don't think that he should go live in a 1 bedroom apartment either. So she does have to provide some type of financial assistance to him. That's, unfortunately, I mean, it has nothing to do with equality though. That's not the reason why women fought for equality.
Okay.
Then just the original question about why people are divorcing. I mean, I think definitely I agree with. I think that people are not taking the vows, and I think that they are looking at marriage as, just something they want to do. Also, they're also like, I would say, they're like looking at, I think, the glamour of it, not realizing that they are signing up to be sort of stuck with this person. But in the back of, in the back of their head, they're always thinking, well, I can always divorce him, because the laws in America for divorce is fairly just file. A lot of states, you just file. It doesn't matter if, whatever, like I can file for divorce at any moment. But the reason why I think that they're genuinely failing when you have two people that got married, and they're failing, is because what I find in my experience interacting with people who are divorcing, it seems like they have a long list of problems that's going on in their relationship, and they're not actually addressing them, but they're still progressing in their relationship. Like they have addressed them, and they are ignoring all the other stuff that's going on that needs to be discussed for them to be a partnership. See, like if you tell me that your husband or your wife is manipulative and narcissistic, then it's like kind of like, so okay, so what worked? At what point did you find out that he was narcissistic or she was narcissistic? Or what point did you find out that they were abusive? And did you guys try to work on that, or did you guys not? And you just continued with the relationship, then got married, knowing that these issues were not addressed in their relationship. And I think that people assume that once they get married, that the person is going to change, and they do not. And now they're saying, well, I can't deal with this anymore. I don't think people are hiding who they are in the beginning of their relationship. I think that they're giving them who I am, but people want to be married because that's what America tells you that you have to do. Get married and have children. And then they are signing up for, a family with someone that you don't like, you don't love, and is abusive for you.
Well, we definitely gonna touch on the American dream a little later, 'cause that's kind of that's part of the American dream right there.
Yeah.
Marriage is hard work. Like,
It is.
people have to realize that marriage is hard work, and if you're doing that with someone that you don't like,
Ooh, come on, Solo. Man.
I'm just saying,
It's
you
that,
gotta
it's
like
that
them.
part though. That is that part.
You
Keep
gotta
going.
like them. You can't. And I'm
Hold
gonna
on, now, hold on. Let me ask you something. Because I would say in the older days, because keep in mind, during those times, the father picked the husband for the daughter, right? So her liking him and stuff like that wasn't really on the table. And I would say their success rate was significantly higher then than it is now.
women also couldn't file for divorce, Jamie.
Damn. I love when y'all go at it. I'm sorry.
What you saying? Like, oh, it was so successful. Yeah,
Solo.
because we couldn't file for divorce. We were stuck. And the suicide rate in women was high. As soon
Now,
as they started having
even when women
divorces,
was able to, nope, I ain't gonna let you get away like that. Even when women was able to file for divorce, they still wasn't doing it. They still wasn't as depressed. They still wasn't committing suicide at the rate that they are doing now.
well, we was talking about back then. We wasn't comparing them.
Okay, but
Now,
basically as far as I'm going to is when the fathers were actually involved with who they choose, who's going to be their husband. Like I would say let's just go back maybe 50 years, right? 50,
Right.
60 years. So now we in the 60s, right? During that time period, the girl may have actually met the guy, you know what I'm saying? Without him just handpicking who she's gonna marry. But the father was still very much involved with who she's going to be with. You feel me? Like he might see her and be like, yeah, that dude ain't he ain't trying to work. He ain't this, he ain't that. No, you're not marrying him. That was still a thing.
Mm-hmm.
And during that time, you could divorce. So what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying is that ain't got nothing to do with it. What it is I think people are prioritizing. Matter of fuck it, let me stop sugarcoating. Women are prioritizing happiness over duty too much.
Oh,
Thing,
what?
every little thing. Oh, I'm not happy. It's time to leave.
Women are
Oh my
priority.
God,
What?
Jamie.
What?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
You say women are prioritizing happiness over.
They're prioritizing happiness over duty, over the marriage. There's too many of them want a husband, but they don't want to be a wife. What? I mean, let me hear it. If I'm wrong, let me know I'm wrong. But be able to support your argument of what's the reason I'm wrong.
My person.
We can't hear you now. Say it again.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
So I've been with my boyfriend over 10 years. And what I
Mhm.
realized with long-term relationships is people pick people for different reasons, not because of love. They pick people for standards. So they might say, oh, he got money, or oh, he looked good, or oh, she looked good, or oh, this, and they realize there's no chemistry. They have nothing in common. There's no foundation. So I think why relationships are failing because of fatuation. People are getting married and dating for fatuation, and then like somebody said, once that honeymoon phase fell off, that fatuation was next. Because I got a lot of my friends, they're like, if he ain't got no money, I'm not, I'm not interested. But I'm like, you're not supposed to look at that. A relationship is a union. You're supposed to build together. That's gonna make us stronger. Because like somebody else was saying, what happened when that rain come? When you stand or no? Because you never loved them in the beginning. You only wanted them for money, or you only wanted them for looks. So now y'all in a jam. It never was any love. So it's easy for you to be like, fuck him or fuck her. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I pick different. Like, look at my boyfriend. We the complete opposites. And everybody was like, what you see in him? I don't see, I see spirit. Spirit is important to me. I don't care what you look like. You know how many dudes told me, leave him, I'll give you this, I'll give you that. I don't care what you have. It's your spirit. It's how you look at me. Can I walk around with you with my hair natural? Can I walk around with you when I feel insecure and you make me feel better? You know what I mean? If I feel insecure and you can't make me feel better and you make me feel more insecure, then you know what I mean? I don't feel comfortable with you. I want somebody to love me, not for my physical appearance. And that's why I always pick men. Don't like me or be interested in me because how I look. Like me or love me because how I think. And
Love
I'm the
that.
same way.
Mm, yeah.
So that's how I am. I don't care what you have. You can have a fucking house, a home, a business. But if this dude, he don't have all that, but I see potential, I'm going for him. I'm not going for what you have. I don't know. I just pick different. And I've been with my boyfriend for over 10 years because I don't
Congrats.
go off of
Yeah.
more things. And you saw my boyfriend, Jamie. You met him. He got a little bit of impediments, but I look past that. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? Because I saw potential. So, and we've been together for a while. Then, we built a lot. So that's how I am. But I think that's what it is. People realize there's no chemistry.
Okay, so I can agree with the chemistry part. I do think but that goes back to what I was saying about the duty part. Um, you married somebody because you think they look good, or let's say you married somebody because they got money. Um, Once that part, is gets old, what do you have left? So that goes back to what I'm saying about the happiness part.
Uh-huh.
They'll check out because they're not happy because they feel like they don't have the chemistry or whatever it is that they feel like it's missing. But as duty, as a wife, as a husband, you're supposed to stick it out and find a way to make it work too many of them are neglecting that part and be like, yeah, I'm not happy with this. I'm gonna just leave.
So
And
when you say duty,
Yeah.
what do you mean?
you said what?
When you say duty, what do you mean? Because like my boyfriend, the only thing he does, he works and he make money. I'm like, that's what a man's supposed to do. If something break, then you fix it. But my duty is he don't cook. I know I have to cook because that's my duty. I know
Hmm.
he's a man. He's not gonna clean. He doesn't clean. I clean because I know he's out there. He working, making money.
That's
The
right.
only thing he does is work and make money. And if I need something fixed, he does that. But everything else I do because I know naturally that's a woman duty. That's my job.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm. But this is what I'm saying. As a duty, it's your one of the things that's part of your vow if you get married is what I said already before, for better, for worse. You know what I'm saying? Basically, and it said till death do us part. They're not keeping that part. That's what I'm saying. That's your duty once you get married. Like, bro, I get it. This is not working out. But look, I'm gonna be here with you. We're gonna figure this shit out. Like, I think if that nigga is knocking your eye socket out and stuff like that, leave. At all costs. Leave. I get that.
Right.
But it be stuff sometimes simple. Like, and for the men, it can be too. Like, let's say she have a baby, right? And some women, they may not lose their baby fat, and now you don't find her as attractive as you once did, and a nigga will leave because of that. But
Oh Lord.
I know
Right.
you do have some like that.
That's dirty.
I want to hear. I want to hear Cairo thought. Jamie, finish your thought, but I want to add something after you finish with that too. Go ahead.
Unfortunately, that is a thing, but that's a rarity though. It's not common, but you do have men to do that shit. So what
So
I'm
when you
saying
say
is,
right.
you could, as a man, like if that was a problem, maybe you can try to encourage her. First off, like you said, when you feeling insecure, make me feel good. Be like, no, baby, you still look good and stuff like that. We
That
can
part.
just go to the gym. We can work this out together. Come on, I got you.
Or
Help her
and,
out there.
and you know I'm getting old, Jamie, so I can't hold on to these thoughts. So let me get this one in
Go
real
ahead.
quick. If you can, I heard an old guy say one time, after him and his wife got old, he still sees her as attractive as he was when he met. So I gotta share that with y'all, and I want to hear all y'all thoughts. But go back to your point, Jamie, because I don't want you to forget what you was gonna say. But I didn't want to lose that thought. Go ahead.
No, I was good pretty much. You said
Okay.
he said
He-
his wife is
his-
just as attractive now. So I can see that. And what it is because I think when you're truly into someone, you're truly in love with somebody.
Absolutely.
They looks, you don't
No,
even
it
know
matter.
they
Right.
Right.
It looks
always look good to you.
right.
Because you're seeing that person for what they was since the beginning. So
Right.
not to get older or whatever it may have happened, you ain't noticed it. You're like, that's still my baby. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
That's what that is.
Yeah.
But see,
That's up with me. Yeah.
that goes back to Cairo, the point. Solo kind of make this point too, that if they're not truly into each other, then once the honeymoon phase gone, they like, ugh.
But you guys forgot one key point. You forgot forgiveness. So people forget about that because when you're in relationship, people make mistakes. And somebody told me the other day, and I want to hear Solo too, but somebody said, what if your boyfriend went out and left you for somebody else and then try to come back? Would you take him back? And I said, I probably would. You know what I mean? Because sometimes
Solo, I
nobody is
gotta hear
perfect.
this.
No, but it's the truth.
No,
So
I'm not
you
saying anything wrong with what you said. Go ahead.
Yeah, you have to realize it's the truth. Like you say, your vows, for better or for worse, for sickness and health, as long as we both should live, shall death do us part. You said people forget about that shit. And nobody
Mhm.
is perfect. Sometimes people fuck up. They make mistakes. They go out there and test the water and realize, man, this bitch ain't what I want. I got a good woman at home. You know what I mean? For real. Like Jay-Z said, I was just fucking them other girls. I was gonna get right back. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So sometimes, yeah. They go out there
Keep
and they make
going, Carol.
mistakes. And they come back and realize, like, no, like I fucked up. This is what I wanted. And me, I'm gonna be like, but I'm just being real. Cause most people be like, I ain't gonna forgive him. I ain't gonna listen. You know what I mean? Nigga come back, you in love
Yeah.
with him, he fucked up. You about to forgive him. You
Yeah.
about to. It's just natural. It's your nature. So I
Mm.
was like, I understand that nobody's perfect. You went out there and you test the water. You saw that hoe wasn't what you want. Now you back here. All right. Every now and then I might get mad and be like, oh, well, go buy that bitch. You know what I mean? But I'm just being, just being a little bit upset. But even that, we forgot about that too. Nobody is perfect. There are gonna be mess ups in your relationships. You gotta be willing to forgive, not hold on to that shit, and get over and learn how to trust that person. And that's all I want to say. That part too, because we forgot about that. Men make mistakes. They go out there and cheat. Women make mistakes, and sometimes that break up a relationship. But me, I'm not about to mess my shit up like Beyonce say. I can't let you go because that bitch gonna take everything I own. You know what I mean? So you
Yeah.
fucked up, all right, but I ain't about to let you go and let her benefit everything. Get your ass back. That's the type of person I am. So and maybe that's why my relationship lasts so long. But I don't know.
Right on. Spot on. Wow.
How the fuck
Mm.
is this person still coming?
Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, since everybody quiet, just to add on to what Cairo said, yeah, it's I would love for our women to understand the difference between sex and love. And that to me, that's the point, Cairo. Just that's what I heard. Like, yeah, I just hitting them
Yeah,
other chicks. I was gonna get right back. You know what I mean? That was sex. And sex come with consequences. We get that. So I understand the women who like, yeah, nigga, but you came back and the dude brought her this. You know what I'm saying? So that's another thing to it. But it is when I say it's a Grand Canyon between sex and love. I'm talking to my sisters on this panel right now, and I'm talking to all the women who gonna listen to this now or later. It's a Grand Canyon difference between sex and love. Go ahead. If y'all know I get nerdy, y'all know I nerd out on y'all now. Now when you do the science on it, sex is like it's like scratching an itch. Women don't get it because y'all don't have our organs. So it's like the studies show we'll go out and smash anything. So that's to Cairo's point. I was just fucking them other girls. I'm gonna get right. I love you, girl. That's just me out there.
bro.
Go
Be
ahead,
trying
Jay.
to tell them, man. I be trying to tell them.
But it does come. We got to be careful to make it the norm. If it wasn't for the diseases, the STDs and stuff that's out there, I think the women will understand it. I'm not trying to. Y'all here, we got y'all on the panel, so I don't want to speak for y'all. But if you take the diseases out of it, I think I'll let y'all take it from there because I don't want to speak for the ladies.
I agree with what Kevin used to say. The rules has always been, and it still should be, no diseases and no outside children.
You
Hell
said,
no.
uh, oh, this shit about to get good now. I'm listening.
That's a bare minimum.
Nah, man.
That is like we
I
shouldn't
think
have to
it's
put
a
rules
minimum.
from y'all. I think if it relates to like me coming back or me letting you come back, I think it depends on how you handle the situation. Like if you're coming to me saying that coming to me as a man talking to somebody that he respects, and you tell me that you want to end our relationship and date other people, and then it's you just have to do it respectfully. Now, if you're gonna be a snake while
Bro, how
you're
does
doing
this?
it,
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
if you're gonna be a snake while you're doing it, that tells me about your character. If that's what you
Damn,
do,
wait.
that's what
You
you
gonna
do.
have Jamie calling me a
Because
simp solo?
if I'm your girlfriend, especially if I'm your wife, and you're gonna be sneaking behind me, I cannot trust you as a partner. So if I
Dang.
can't trust you as a partner because I don't trust your character and who you are in the soul of your being, like
Oh my
stuff
God.
that you are, that's, I mean,
Solo,
that's
you
just
trying to
like,
make Jamie call me a simp, Solo?
no,
Go ahead.
I'm just saying, like, to me, like, one of the strongest relationships you're gonna have is with your spouse. So like you guys are committed before God to each other to be your everything to each other. So if you're willing to stand before God and make this sort of a promise, and then cheat on that person in any way, not be forthcoming, not be honest with that person, me as an outsider, I definitely don't trust you, because who am I to you? If you, we didn't even go before God. You didn't even have
damn.
this. This has nothing to do with your, like, we don't have a commitment to each other. So if you will do that to somebody you have a commitment with God with, then I can't do business with you. You cheating on your wife, and you know what I mean? She can sue you just like I can sue you as a business owner. She can sue you as your spouse, but you're willing to risk that, your conscience, your integrity as a person. You're willing to cheat on your spouse. I mean,
I
because
love our women so
that is
much.
the best, that's the greatest relationship you're gonna have, but you're gonna be cheating in it.
Damn.
Then I can't I can't trust you. And then I don't buy this. It's just sex. It's just a kick that you want to itch.
Uh-oh.
I don't buy
Oh,
that from men. I think that that's what you guys want us to accept, but I
that's a
don't buy
fact,
that from.
Solo. Now you stirring my
I
pot now.
don't.
That's a
I
Wait,
fact. Go
Solo,
ahead.
what do you think about this though? What do you think about this? Just hear me out. You know how,
uh-uh.
like,
You
retrospectively
stirring my pot
speaking,
now. So go ahead, Cairo, huh?
wait, I want to answer this because I swear to God, I wish we can go back like this. Like, retrospectively speaking, like, I've been with my boyfriend like almost 11 years, right? And I'm not gonna lie to you, men, hormones are through the fucking roof. You would
Come
wake
on,
up with a
Cairo.
let me tell
Hey,
you, you would
Put
wake
it
up
out
with a
there.
hard dick
Talk that.
poking you in your back, and you'll be like, oh my God, like, I am not in the fucking mood, right? But retrospectively speaking, and I'm telling you something, Solo, from experience, you might not agree with me. I don't know if you
Oh
do.
God.
But the best relationship, besides this one, because the best relationship
Mm-hmm.
was that when I was with my ex, right?
Mm-hmm.
And my ex was married, he had a wife. Now, I've never been a type of woman that like hate on any other woman. I'm like, if you got a wife, I'm cool. If she want to meet me, let me meet her. You know what I mean? If she that type of
Mm.
broad.
All right.
But she used to hate my guts at first. She'll call me, you
Mm.
bitch, you fucking my husband. I'm like, why is this hoe so mad? You know what I mean? Then one day, um, we had to meet.
This
She
nigga
had to
just
meet me because he
hell
wanted
New
to leave,
Orleans.
right? He wanted to
Yeah.
leave, but he didn't want to give me enough money. So I'm like, fuck that, you ain't leaving. He like, my wife calling me, she want me to come home. So he like, no, he like, fuck this, you gotta talk to her because she didn't want me to leave. And when me and her talked, she was like, girl, she was like, look, just let him come home. We'll talk about this shit in the morning. I was like, all right, bet. So we all met up in the morning, and I realized that me and her had a lot in common. And retrospectively speaking, because men hormones are completely different from us, that's why they was allowed to have more than one wife. Now, a woman that
Come
never,
on,
but
Cairo.
wait,
Come
listen,
on.
listen, listen.
Break
A
that shit
woman,
down. No, go ahead.
because we
Yeah.
because we colonized. You got to remember, we are colonized people.
Mm-hmm.
So, they took our ideology away from us and gave them their ideology. But being in a relationship like this, a man that have more than one fucking wife, and it's like a union, is organized. It's not like you just out there fucking and you in a relationship like that. It'll
Mm-hmm.
be the best relationship you
Mm.
ever have if he could
Mm.
afford it. I'm telling
If
you.
he could, I
Because
heard that.
if he
she
could
could.
afford
She
it,
did.
either one of y'all, the wife's not gonna worry about nothing because he gonna be happy. He popping you off, he working, he giving you everything. You don't have nothing to worry about, and then you cool with the woman. You know what I mean? Like, if the woman cool, you
That
cool.
part.
Y'all
Uh-huh.
got a relationship too. It's not like, no, y'all lesbians or y'all gay and y'all know it's nothing like that. It's just like a union and understanding. Like, we sisters. This the man we messing with. He taking care of us. He providing. It's better. And because sometimes women, we don't want to have sex. I know I'm not horny all the time. So when
When
I'm
you
not horny,
said
she
that
over
part
there.
right there, thanks so much for that, Cairo. When you said
Yeah.
that part, carry on, keep going.
But
But
I wish that we can go back that way. I swear to God, on everything I love, where men had money and they took care of us, and they can have more than one wife, because you don't have to deal with their ass all the time like that, because they're going to be spending time with them. You have your time to yourself. You're going to be taken care of. You don't have nothing to worry about. That's the best type of relationships to me.
that's my
You know
sister
what I
right there.
mean? But
That's my
but
sister.
but
It's
but
both
some
of y'all,
women,
both of y'all. But this is
yeah,
why I
but some
love
women
y'all.
that never been in a relationship like that, they not gonna understand it. But when you've
It
been
don't
in a
get more real
relationship
than
like
this,
that, I swear to God, that's the best
man.
fucking relationship you can have. That's why most women won't marry men and don't want him to leave his wife because it's
it's,
better.
Keep cooking.
I think it's pride, to be honest with you, because I think what's being said, if you really look at it from the science perspective of it, and really mathematical as well, it makes the most sense. If this is a man, let's say he got $100 million, he got one, he got one wife, right? And they have a relationship. That 100 million really is more than enough to take care of your family. More than enough. And this was a topic that I'm trying to remember, brother, what's his name? I can't think of
Oh,
his name right now, but he was talking on this. He was like, black people don't understand um, how important it is for us to reproduce. Like if it's a man that has $100 million, $1 billion, or whatever, you're stopping our growth kind of by him not being fruitful and having multiple ones and spreading. But if the more of us it is, the more the better. But if you're sticking to one wife, they can somewhat control you. That's the reason why they really did this. I'm telling you. Because when we were before the colonizing that Kyle spoke of, that was not our culture. It was not. We adapted this, and to be honest with you, it's pride the reason why they don't want to accept it. But they know it makes the most sense. God didn't give us millions of sperm cells just to have one woman.
ooh,
Then
ooh.
I better. You know when y'all got more than one girl, for some reason, I swear to God, like whenever I asked him for something, it was never no. Cause I'd be like, you giving it to her. So how you not gonna, you know what I mean? And it would never be no. It was so, I swear to God, it was like, damn. And I realized this is kind of like the best relationship. And me and her we was cool. Like we'll all go out together. You know, sometimes when I go to the house, she'll go upstairs and let us have our little time. It was just the best fucking relationship because he never was stressed out. He was always happy, you know, because he got two. Shit, you know, so he ain't really. And I was like, damn. So I feel like retrospectively, right, if we can go back to those ways, I'll be cool with that. If my husband had one, two, maybe three wives, as long as he could afford it, you know what I mean?
Long
And
as
I
you can
help.
afford it, I agree. Now,
Yeah,
if you
I help
broke as
raise the
hell, no.
kids. You know, but I help raise the kids. We us women, we all get along. I think that's better from being in a type of
That's yeah,
relationship like
yeah,
that.
yeah,
Because
yeah.
what
Black
happens
America.
when he horny and we not and we don't want to do it? What he
Right.
gonna do? He gonna go get, you know what I mean?
You,
Now you're gonna be
Cairo,
mad because he went to somebody else because you told
Cairo.
him no.
Huh?
I appreciate that point the most. I'm back in I'm listening.
But
When you
I
said
wish
that,
we
I'm
can go
still
back
stuck
that
on
way.
that point. Yeah,
And what was the divorce rate that way? I bet it wasn't any when men was allowed to have more than one wife. I bet there was no divorce rate high.
I
No,
don't
probably
see, I'm
not.
necessarily
telling you, because
disagree with
Black
that.
everybody
America,
was
black
happy.
Hey, I see
Black
you want
America.
some attention, hater. What you here for? Hey,
As
I think this is that Elon Musk stuff that they was talking about. I think Solo, you sent this to me earlier, right? You know the stuff that they were saying on Twitter? I think that's what this is right now.
what's that?
So basically, she sent something to me that basically said that Elon put on Twitter, that basically saying people from India and shit are staging themselves as black people and making race bait statements and stuff on social media to get us to engage in them and think like this is a fake black brother, right? And they
Uh
get the sisters to thinking black men hate us, black men hate us, and then they get the black sisters, same thing. That's a fake black sister, and say
huh.
some shit about us, and now we attacking them. Man, these all these black women, they hate us, but they don't expect us. But it's actually they as posing to be us. That's what this motherfucker right here
So,
is.
so Elon Musk added this feature on Twitter where you have profile picture, the profile. Whoever has a profile, he let you know if you went to a certain setting where this profile originated from in the world. And so what people were finding, the way I found out about it really was that they found out that a lot of our governmental pages were founded outside the country, like in that Middle Eastern country that we can talk about. And so, that brought wide range attention to it. And so what Jamie's referring to is the fact that they found out that a lot of black culture, black American culture pages were
Mm-hmm.
founded in countries outside of America. And so these are non-black people who are creating these, black culture pages on Twitter, and that they are saying, get a large following, and then they start sort of saying things that will spark, gender
Mm-hmm.
wars amongst black people, diaspora wars, black Americans against other, black people like the Haitians or, Jamaicans, or, just
Mm-hmm.
starting these wars
Oh.
amongst us. So they found out that a
Oh.
lot of those pages were like found.
Fake
So,
page.
if it's a black person, especially a black American page, we're talking about our culture, what's going on in our music and all of that, then it would have been founded in America. But these people are founded in Pakistan.
Oh
How
wow.
many black Americans you think are in Pakistan?
Not a lot.
Not a lot.
Not a lot.
Not a
Not
lot.
a lot.
And it's been
India.
two of them came through here so far on mine. So far, his podcast, I got rid of one of them. He was trying to attack Cairo. I already done blocked him.
So yeah, we got
Right
yeah.
here, I'm
I
gonna give you
want to
the
say this
attention.
before I lose my train of thought
Go ahead, girl.
about the previous topic. So, what I was initially describing is sort of a like a regular marriage, right? So, the girl don't know that, or the guy doesn't know that their partner is cheating on them, and so of course, if you're cheating on your spouse, that's very concerning as far as your integrity and your character. I'm not accepting it was an itch, whatever, right? I don't disagree with polygamous relationships, but I think it's important that the guy is upfront about it and that he can
Mm-hmm.
afford it. I think, Cairo, girl, a lot of black women would prefer to be at home wives and to stay at home with and raise their kids. I think that a lot of us would take that in a second, but I think that what we want in addition to that is security, that one day, that we don't have anything in our name or financial value of our own that our husband don't control, that he won't wake up one day and put us out on our ass or leave us. I guess maybe we've seen it too much, but that's a fear in a lot of black women. I think and I think other thing is that not just black women, but I'm seeing this all over TikTok, is that women feel as though they're doing it all by themselves. Now, if a woman is like cooking and cleaning and she's just at the house, I think black women would accept that, but I think that we're also faced with the thing that our men are not making the money that they need to make in order for us to stay at home. We have to work in these relationships, but he still expects us to cook, to clean, and take care of the house. And I think that's what black women or other women of all races are not agreeable to. They either want to work and the household stuff is 50-50, or she's getting some help from you, or don't have kids. That's one of the things. But they don't want to have to work and come home and be a mother and a wife as well. I think if they had all day to do that, that they would take it in, a heartbeat. I think that is the issue. I don't disagree with polygamous relationships. I think that a lot of black men should participate in it, but I think that they need to be honest with that, with their first wife, that is what they're looking for, a polygamous relationship. And I think that if he has $100 million with Jamie, you are the first one to say that black men don't make that type of money, and that's an unreasonable expectation. So when he got $100 million, he should definitely have a whole bunch of babies.
Okay.
Absolutely. But I think that he needs to be making sure that he is more than financially supporting them and he's present. If he can get them all in one house, get one of these mansions and put them all in one house where he's there every day, I would completely support that. I think he needs to have as many babies as possible, but I think we all should at least try to contribute to the population as much as possible, because we are currently facing a genocide. So
And to add
as
to
many babies, the
Solo,
more the merrier.
he need to make sure what black men need to do. They need to know our personalities. So, like she was saying that she doesn't have a problem with polygamous relationships. Like when you introducing somebody, if you honest and you upfront, you need to make sure that these women personalities match and that they're not going to clash and that one is not jealous and one is not insecure. That's a key factor, because I done been introduced to girls and some of them have like a little insecure attitude, but after like I start to engage with them and get to know them, they'll warm up a little bit and be like, she cool. But I think that's important for a man to realize that, like, if if you want to participate in something like this, then you have to make sure that these two women personalities match. And a lot of times I just want to add to that, I was working and his wife was working, and he wasn't making $100 million, but it was order. It had order in a relationship. But that's why I wanted to add to it. You guys just need to make sure that these women, personalities match, because that's important. Don't come bring no bitch to me talking about you want this type of relationship and she ignorant, she's insecure. I don't have time for that. You know what I mean? So I don't know. But most African women, what I realize, a lot of my friends that's like from Africa, from other countries, they have an understanding that they don't mind. It be some American women that be like, I ain't going for. And I be like, girl, you just don't know. It's better for all of us. You know what I mean?
I mean, I think that's just the society that we're currently living in. We went through slavery, and became whole new people. We don't follow any of. I mean, I feel like black people are pretty conservative, to be completely honest, but we're not like practicing like traditional African values and traditions. I think a few of us we try to, but not as a collective. Like it is that we are marrying one person getting married. Polygamous is not big. It's actually like frowned upon in the black community. But I don't necessarily feel as though you have to get married. Like I feel like you guys should be adults enough to be able to make a commitment to each other, love each other, be committed to each other enough that we don't have to go down to
Right.
the United States and sign documents that says that we married. What we need is an agreement on how this stuff is gonna be divided amongst us in the event that this does not work. We don't
Right.
really need to go down there
I agree with that.
and
100%.
like.
All right. I agree. I know what you mean. I agree with that. I like that way
Well,
better.
I don't think there's no podcast on the planet that's sorting it out how we sorting it out right now. Like I'm talking about 4 black people.
Okay, so I don't want to be on this topic too much long, because we've been here for nearly an hour now. But Jones, appreciate that, and I just want to clear up something. Basically, the ugly ass nigga TV isn't implying that I'm an ugly ass nigga with a podcast. It's basically
That's crazy. Well, I appreciate the laughter every time from whoever. Go ahead, bro.
It's basically saying that the things that people do, like say for instance, the mentality of somebody go over and they yelling at it could be it, bro. Memphis people understand this clearly. Like Solo, she. I don't have to explain this to her. She knows what I mean, but it's like the things that you do more so than what you actually look like. So just wanted to clear that up. But I definitely appreciate.
Yeah, you didn't shout out the city though. Why not? Like, yeah, I love the history when I learned about the slang.
Yeah, Memphis, we call everything ugly. Like you can be ugly for going, like say you get into a fight and you knock somebody out over some chips. We might be like, "Oh, you ugly as hell for that."
I love that shit.
That's normal.
Yeah, that's y'all thing. That's y'all slang. I love that.
We just understand that.
And you know how we is as Black America. Once one city like make something trend, the rest of the nation to catch on to it. Before you know it, the whole country slanging that shit. But yeah,
Yeah.
no, I love that shit, man. Yeah, that nigga ugly as hell for that shit. Let's go, y'all.
But all right, so let's go ahead and move on to the next one. This one is interesting. So I got a clip for this one right here. Hey, I cannot wait to hear. Hey, Solo, I was thinking about you, girl, when I put this one in here. I can't
You
wait.
be
Hey,
rage baiting me. You be rage baiting. Taj, he be rage baiting.
no,
He what?
He be rage baiting. He wants me to go off on this podcast.
I love when you
That's
do.
what
I'm
he
not gonna
wants.
lie, Solo. Huh?
He wants me to go off on him in this podcast.
I love when
listen,
you do, Solo. I'm not gonna lie.
He
Huh?
wants me to go off. That's
so
it.
look.
I'm not giving him the luxury.
Now we just moved on from the marriage things. We on to provide a man being a scam. So basically, it was this guy. He kind of went viral because I know basically he was giving his opinion that the baby boomers and the Gen Xers led us astray with the happy life, happy wife bullshit. And that being a provider male is a scam because pretty much what that does is make it so they get to live a good life and shit like that. But your whole life is just consisting of working, having some kids, stressing the fuck out, and dying. It all falls into this American dream thing too. It's amazing how all of it is part of this American dream being this game. But I'm gonna play this video that this brother said. And, I don't know about y'all, what y'all gonna think, but hey, I think the brother was kind of cooking. I'm gonna let y'all
Yeah.
hear it.
I feel like being a provider has always been a scam. Look at it was 100% providers, bro. Either their first child wasn't theirs or one of the children wasn't theirs. You feel me? 20 years into the marriage, 15 years into the marriage, they want to leave. You can never keep them happy. You know what I'm saying? You can take them all type of trips. She still don't feel fulfilled. You know what I'm saying? You can buy a brand new Benz or whatnot. It's still not. That's what I'm saying, bro. Being a provider, it's not. It don't do for you, bro. As a man, it don't do nothing but keep you financially stressed, mentally stressed. You feel me? It's no point of doing that, bro. Focus on yourself, gang. Scope and mold yourself in your future, bro. You know what I'm saying? And just find your just gonna get on your program. Or if she ain't trying to go 50-50, kick that hoe to the curb. Look, we in different times now, man. We gotta protect our guy mental and we gotta protect our pockets, bro. Too many of our uncles, grandpas, you feel me, father, suckers. You feel me? Them suckers. They ain't have all this game that we got flowing all around. You know what I'm saying? We got all this game on these apps, and man.
Yeah, a lot of the older generation, the boomers, the Generation X's, they led us.
So pretty much that's I'm gonna cut it out there. Y'all heard what he said.
Yeah.
Y'all heard
Yeah.
basically what he's saying is that like, bro, being trying to stress yourself out, especially in today's society, because it's nearly impossible for a majority of the men to be able to cover all of the financial load. So what he is saying is that shit is a scam to keep us stressed the hell out and never really living a luxury. The fuck is that?
That was my ringtone. My mom was calling me.
But
Hey,
basically,
mom.
it's putting us in a life where we ain't gonna be happy. You're like, bro, nah, find you somebody that's on your team, that's on your, that's willing to be part of your vision. Y'all share each things with each other. And if she ain't with it, bro, get up out of here. So was he cooking or was he not?
Oh my God, Jamie, but you was just complaining about how women leaving the marriages.
What they got to do with what he
No,
just
I'm
said?
just saying, but when men are able to decide to, I'm gonna break up with you if you ain't doing what I want you to do. But women, they're divorcing men because they're not doing because they ain't happy. Like you said they ain't happy and they want to leave. What happened to uh till death do us part?
Well, he said a relationship, not a marriage.
So that's the difference.
Hmm.
Anyway, my response to that is I think that a lot of times men confuse the fact that when we expect them to be providers, we don't just expect them to be financial providers. You know, if he says to me that your girl wasn't happy, she was stressing you out, I think it's like more than just buying her beans or taking her on a trip. It's actually like talking to her and trying to figure out what is that she's thinking in her mind that will require her to put herself in such a light where she's saying like I'm not happy, I'm still not fulfilled and all that. Maybe a therapist is something that he could have invested in on maybe his joint relationship therapy or their individual therapy. I think that his complaints about his girl sounds like she wasn't motivated, and not saying that it's his responsibility, is definitely not, but I think that he's mad at us or mad at
Mm-hmm.
girls or mad at the world
Mm-hmm.
that he spent all this money on extravagant luxury things and she still wasn't happy. I think that, $150 per hour therapist for 6 months probably would have been less expensive than a trip or less expensive than a Benz. So, but that's just my take. That's just my take. I don't know their relationship. It sounds like somebody didn't hurt him. But I think men get a lot out of marriage, especially if they're just working, because that's pretty much all that men are offering us in a relationship. They're not offering us emotional attachment. They're not offering us communication. They're not offering us a friend. They're not saying, I'm going to be your best friend. They're saying, all I want to do is work. I want to come home and do nothing. I want you to fuck me when I want to be fucked. That's it. Like, a lot of women are saying that if that's all you offering me, I could probably work and do it. I think it's easier if I do it by myself and I'm not required to sort of deal with you, especially if they have kids and he's not helping with the kids. Again, that's one of the things that a lot of women are filing for divorce about is that they're not getting that support from their husbands with the kids, with the house, and they're having to work. So they're upset. They're not happy with that. So a lot of women are filing for divorce with that. But you know, to me, it's the person that you choose. Like, why would you even think that if your girl was depressed or not happy, she was never fulfilled, never happy, that you could go take her on a trip and she would feel better, or that you can buy her a Benz and she will feel better? I mean, what type of person are you dating? What type of person are you pursuing? I think the biggest thing that men get out of marriages is usually a bloodline, like a child, your legacy, your family. That's the biggest thing that men get out of marriages, because if you don't find a woman, I would hope that you wouldn't make someone a baby mama. I think I would hope that you would marry this person and that you would want to have kids and bring a family into a two-parent household. That's the biggest benefit that men, but you guys want to put it on money is the least thing that men could have in a relationship. A lot of times that's really all you guys are offering us, and the only thing that you guys are worried about in the marriage is, I don't want her to take half of my money. I don't think she's entitled to half of my money. It's all about money, money, money. Y'all are never talking about the time that y'all lost, the children that you guys wouldn't have if you wasn't married. It's all about losing money with you guys, and it's all about money too with you guys. So it's not a scam. I mean, the least you can do is work in a marriage. That's the very least thing. If that's all you offering, a lot of women aren't going to accept that. So I think you guys get a lot out of marriage, and studies show you guys live longer when you're married.
I just want to say this. When I was listening to him, he reminded me of the reason why I do not listen to rap music and why black women and black men are so divided right now. But if black men start thinking like how he think, I'm going to give me a white man. So I'm just saying. You know what I mean? I'm going to run give me a white man because his thinking is all fucked up. He said that our ancestors was weak. We don't have men today that equal the men that we had back in those days. So I don't understand how he can say that. The family structure was completely different. It was unified. When our grandparents, when our grandfather was rearing and having our grandmothers to stay home and cultivate the kids. We are living in different times now, and he's right, but he's wrong too. Because I never hear Mexican men work just so they can provide for their women. White men work just so they can provide for their women. Asian men work just so they can provide for their women. That's something that's natural within a man that wants to be a provider. So I don't understand where he was coming from. It was just all fucked up to me. But if black men start thinking like that,
Money, the only thing they worried about is money. Losing money
if
and
black
then
men start
staying
thinking
by
like
the
that,
money.
I'm
Money,
running.
money,
Give me a
money,
white
money,
man.
money, money, money.
I
And
will
then
not
they
put
don't
money
make
on anything like
enough.
that.
Then they don't make enough. That's why we haven't worked.
Because it's
That's why
natural.
we
You want to
haven't
be
worked.
Well,
a
that's the
provider.
confusion, though. None of them make. Oh, as a whole, none of them do. Yeah, it's not. It's not a distinction between just black men when it comes to
But you would never hear a white man making a comment like that. You would never hear a white man saying, oh, I'm going 50-50 with my wife. You would never hear a Mexican man saying that, an Asian man
Never. We never
that. Yeah,
thinking
said
but
that.
I'm gonna say this too,
there's
though. White
We
men,
never said
all of
that.
you just named, white, Mexican, Asian, all of them, they also have peace in their household.
because they
No,
don't think like
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
no, they do
Who
yeah.
not.
thinks like that? Like you want your woman to go 50-50 with you.
I think
That's
that is
why
a delusion that you
they
got, that you
crazy.
think that other race of women are peaceful. They're not. These women are not peaceful. They're not. They're
Well, what
raising
I
just as
know
much
is I
hell
have yet to
as
see.
we
Go ahead.
are,
Go ahead.
and they
I
are
wouldn't say that they
worse than
peaceful.
we
I would
are.
say they what they call that when
I
a
don't
woman
know
is
why. I don't know why y'all think that they're peaceful. They're not peaceful, and they have to come up, and their women expect they women. There isn't a question in other races how marriages, who's paying for everything. There isn't a question, but we have to negotiate with black men. We have to beg. Black men don't even want to pay the bills no more. These women in
Well, it's
other
not all
races,
black
they're
men. It's
not
some black
having
men,
to
not
do.
all of them.
They're
Because
not
you
having
got
to do
black men
this.
in that category. They don't mind paying the bills. They don't mind. It's the black men. It's like it's different categories of black men. Like them ignorant young ones that we just listen to, like him. I stay so far away from him and his thinking. It's all they think in their perception. But you got good black men that they want to
I
provide. They want to
completely
pay.
agree. I completely agree. I
But he
completely
just
agree.
ignorant. I
But
don't know what.
but
Like you
even the
say, he been
percentage,
hurt. Wait, girl, somebody done hurt him.
right? But any percentage of black men that I'm referring to, because I know it's plenty of black men that's taking care of everything, and I witnessed that growing up. So I'm not. I know that black men are doing it. I don't know. I just think that the women in our age, in our day and time now, is like I to be honest, I don't think enough of them watched men do it all by themselves, pay all the bills. And let's say they always talking about my granddaddy. But I think that they sort of resent that part, or think that that's not fair, or think that that's not the natural order of things. Like
That's
that's
that
what
rap music. That
our
rap dictator.
ancestors and grandparents did. Like, like,
Cause my
like
mom never worked. My grandma didn't work. You know, my grandpa was there paying bills, did everything. My grandmother
Yeah,
was just at home
but
taking care of
you
kids.
can't say the same thing though, because the cost of living is way higher now. Like that's what I talked about this on the other podcast. And this is not me blaming anyone, so don't think that when what I'm about to go ahead and say. But when you add more workers to the work field and your budget doesn't increase, let's just say that they say, okay, you have to take, these workers, but your budget don't increase, you're gonna have to lower the amount that you pay them. That's just what happened. And that's what happened when women started coming into the work field. So I'm just saying, men start making less, but the bills are still getting higher. That's what happened. So your grandfathers and your great grandfathers and uncles and all of that was able to do that. That's because they were put during that time period. You could actually afford to have a house and take care of the household on his income alone. Now you cannot do that for the majority of the households.
But what he sounded like he was saying
That's
is
not what he
like,
was saying.
yeah,
Oh, I'm not. I'm not.
exactly.
Oh, I'm not taking up for him. Don't get it wrong. I'm not taking up for him.
Because what he
I'm
was
just
saying was
saying. I'm
completely
just
wrong.
speaking on. I'm just speaking on what you said about the grandpas and them being able to take care of everything during the time. I'm just giving the reason why they were able to do it.
He sound like some type of rapper that's like, fuck bitches, get money. That's what it sounds like.
Yeah, he definitely, and Anton, the guy who was sharing it, blanked out actually a lot of the other words he said. Me personally, it's crazy. Growing up, all the way until probably late 20s, to be honest with you, I was totally against calling women a B word or something like that at all. You know what I'm saying? I just didn't do it. I don't lie. After life been life and then seeing some of these ones that how they be acting and shit, I'll let one off in a minute now.
Oh my God.
You act like a lady, I'm gonna treat you as such. I'll never
Well said.
disrespect you.
Mhm.
I'll never call you a B or a hoe, none of that. You know what I'm saying? But if you coming at me, you always coming at me aggressive, like you can whoop my ass, and you know doing all this stuff that you shouldn't be doing as a lady, then yeah, I probably will call because you acting like one now. But see, he just looked like that's just how he do. Because like he was saying, if you find a B that's willing to go fit, like if that's my girl, I'm not referring to her as no
Thank
B
you.
anyway.
Thank you.
But
Because I was like, turn him off. He sounded like some type of rapper. I don't know what that was. That was a demon coming through.
he gave us good content, man. Come on.
That wasn't good man, be for real. I feel like I'm gonna tell you how good our men are, and I never give up on black men. I feel like we've been colonized, like Solo said. We've been through slavery, been through a lot of different adversities. But I know because I done did it, black men my entire life, and I know when they were in a position and they had it, it was given, it was nothing. It was natural. But like a lot of you men are saying, like it's difficult now. The times are hard, and I get that. But black men still too, they do want to be natural providers. I think men that not able to be a provider and they don't have it, they get angry and frustrated at their situation. So that's how they kind of they use like reverse psychology to be like, fuck these bitches, I ain't giving it up, because they really don't have it to be able to give it. So they want to make it seem like they have it, but they just not going to do it. But I know that men do want to be a provider. It's just something natural that's within you. Just like it's natural, we have natural things within us that we want to cultivate and rear. It's just natural from
I
my
think,
experience.
I think you hit it right on the nail right there, Kyra. That's exactly what it is. I believe majority. Now, some of them could just have it and don't want to do it. That's a thing as well. But I would say majority, yeah. If they had it like that, they absolutely wouldn't have a problem with it. But like I was saying, with the way the economy is now, they don't have it. So that's
yeah.
their defense. To say
But
Yeah.
they
that.
gonna get it. I hope everything start changing because this shit is Lord. I don't know.
Hey Taj, though, did you see the entirety of the video? I'm not sure if you
I saw
you
most of it. Them in but
okay. I want to
technically,
get your take on it.
all right. Um, growing up, the way we grow up plays a large part in our lives, and I grew up around men who just they took care. They as y'all said, they could afford to take care of the women that was in their lives, and that rubbed off on me. So I carry that till this day. My girl don't have to. I'm hesitant to even use the word if. Like if she really like me, she gonna know that if I can afford, if I got it, is where you want to go. Like let's not just go to no restaurant just to test my pockets. You smell me like. But but if this is a nice restaurant, we both gonna enjoy this. It don't have to be a restaurant; it can be anything else. I like the feeling of being able to cover whatever she really enjoy. You know what I'm saying? That's just how it came up. I'm not, when you look at our country, different parts of the country have different mentalities. I'm from South Florida, y'all. That's crack cocaine capital. That's the drug capital of the world. LA is next. So I grew up around that. I grew up around big time. Though I grew up around good. I don't want people to put me in one box. I grew up around all kind of people. But I'm speaking about the influence that the dope dealers had on me growing up. And I would see them do that all the time. These niggas would just going to a restaurant was like going to a fast food place. It's like it was nothing. And so I would go along with them and see the women they had just sitting at the tables. Everybody, do y'all know? I'm not talking to y'all personally, but it's a good feeling to sit at a restaurant table and tell everybody to order what they want. And like Solo said earlier, I know it was a different topic. When the people order what they want, it does reveal character. Like, oh damn, you trying to test how deep or are you going to be a decent lady and say, hey, this is a gentleman, and order what you want, sincerely order what you want. But a guy can tell when the chick is, I'll use the phrase testing your pockets. Okay, let me see how. Now you ain't getting shit to take home. I like you. We're at the restaurant together. Like this ain't, it ain't nothing for your homegirls, nobody else, but get what you want. And I love that feeling. In addition to love, sex, and everything else.
But Taj, if you had $100 million, would you be worried about what she ordered at this restaurant?
I think it still will reveal her character. I think if you can tell authenticity is a real frequency. You can tell when a person is just doing it just or they sincerely want the best life has to offer. So to your question, Solo, if I had 100, the question would still be the statement would be the same. Hey, get what you want. But I would be able to tell if she's doing it for not a sincere reason.
I didn't know women do that.
So y'all gave me enough. Y'all gave me enough time to think. Y'all gave me enough time to think. Right. So that's like so for example, that's like let's say she want to invite her homegirls.
To y'all date?
Yeah, let's say something like that. That's a good point you just made. Like to a date, if it's a date, that's almost crossing the line to invite the homegirls, right?
Absolutely, girl. What?
So that's what I'm saying, Solo. That's part of my point. That it can reveal character. So even if I do have $100,000 or $100 million, and I tell her, hey, get what you want. Yeah, that's needed. I shouldn't even have to say that. Like we here, you see the menu. What I'm saying is you can check a person's character. You can grade a person's character based off how they, they etiquette in a situation like that.
But it also depends on where you take her to.
I feel bad now that y'all mentioned that. Because I done bought my homegirls. I done made my boyfriend. I feel so bad now. I didn't know that was an issue. Because I always used to invite my homegirls. Be like, come on, he got it. He gonna pay for it. Don't trip. Like,
I ain't gonna lie to you. You been out, Brian. Never shut. Never shut.
No, don't shut up now, Jamie. We've been waiting for this. We finally got the podcast going. Don't you?
I was about to say, bro. I almost said something.
I never knew that was an issue. I swear to God.
Cairo, here's the thing. If that's the vibe, no problem. Because I don't want to be misunderstood.
Because he never tripped. He used to be like, all right, come on, she coming.
All right, so if I bridge,
but it wasn't a date. It's like this my boyfriend and my girl. I'm glad you
said that. Because Solo said date. So that's what I'm saying. And that's personal. That's like this you and me. It's two chairs at this table. What you mean you inviting your homegirl? Like this, right. So Cairo, if that's the vibe, hey, we going out tonight, my man. Y'all come. Hey, babe, invite your girls. Hey, they covered. Bring the bottles out with the sparkles and all that. If that's the vibe, you know what I'm saying. But if we on a date, this our time. The main point I'm making is you can tell when a chick is not being sincere on how she is trying to spend your pockets. You can tell it's like some chicks don't even care about that shit. Like, she want to be there because she like me as a person, not because how, I can take her to the most expensive restaurant in the country.
Hey, anybody that's familiar with Twitch, what is a gift sub? I just got it. I'm pretty sure somebody sent me something. Good looking out. Whoever did that on my Twitch, I appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not exactly sure what it did, but appreciate it. Hey, I wanted to address this comment here too. More so, Taj, I want to ask you this because you're a little older than us.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel like Tupac is the reason for them calling the women hoes and bitches?
Hell no, y'all not gonna do Pac like that. I'm not even the biggest Pac fan, but I ain't gonna let y'all do Pac like that. No, Pac was a revolutionary. Yeah, he had his songs where he talked that street shit, but Pac was a Black Panther rapping, basically. So why would they do Pac like that? I don't. You sure that's not a bot that's putting that out there? That might be an AI
Wow.
robot.
Gotta be a
That ain't a
robot.
hip hop head. That ain't a person, that know the culture. That Pac got a song that's called "I Wonder Why" and "You Wonder Why We Call You." So
Mhm.
Why they
Yep.
call
how is
you
he the
bitch?
reason?
Why they call you bitch?
Yeah,
Bitch. Yeah.
you can
Okay, I
tell.
got that's it.
Mhm. Yeah, I can't let y'all do Pac like that. Nah, Pac, man.
Because you
Pac
know
was
my answer. I just wanted to make sure I went to
yeah. Nah, we was blessed through Pac to hear a Black Panther rap. That's how I look at him. That was a revolutionary rapping to us and sharing his street ties as well. But he had a message, he had a vision, and salute his legacy.
Okay. So uh I guess we can go ahead and head on to this next topic. That was pretty good. The brother sparked up some things.
Mm-hmm.
So I think this is pretty interesting for me because I see this one right here a lot. And for those of y'all that's not quite familiar with what I mean by it should say unequally. Oh, yo, I have equally. Sorry about that. But it should say unequally yoked. And pretty much people love to try to quote that as a Bible scripture that talks about this. And they try to use that as a reason why they can not get along with certain people. And I want to get y'all take on it. Do y'all agree that if you guys don't have the same, let's say, spiritual or religious beliefs or political beliefs, should you not be friends with that individual just because of that? I'm gonna drop somebody if somebody don't start talking.
I'll go. I mean, um, as far as religion beliefs, I probably would say it's gonna be something we're gonna have to address, right? Um, I think that that could cause like a lot of issues in our relationship. I think that as like a prenup, we probably should add that in there. Like if we were to have children, what religion our children will grow up to be and learn. Um, but then okay, that's the religion part. I think that could play a big role. I mean, it can be anything that's completely different. I think like as someone like who believes that Black Americans are the Jews, like I think that the only acceptable religion that I would accept is potentially Christianity, but like he can't be that like off the wall with Christianity where because I'm thinking that that once you start reading the Bible, like it's no way that you believe in modern day Christianity. But that's just my take. I think that it's it couldn't be something that isn't like somewhere close to an Abrahamic religion. um, I think that as it relates to political reviews, I think that that is probably going to be the ultimate where we're going to not agree. Now, I don't think that we should align ourselves with the political leadership in I think that we should agree on not we both Democrats or we're both Republicans, but when we get down to like certain political views. Do we agree on that? Now, I think that as far as race, I think that anybody that's not black is not going to support the black liberation. Like, I need you to support it and I need you to be all for it. So I think that it's more so like race is what really would be the thing. But you also have black people that don't believe in that, don't believe that we need to do anything to get anywhere, and we're doing fine just the way we are. I think that that would be identical to a non-black person's belief, and that wouldn't fly with me either. Like, that wouldn't necessarily be good enough. So I think that political views have to align. Not saying that you have to be, but we both have to be Democrat or we both have to be independents. But I do think that we have to, like, I don't want to, I'm all into political news, what's going on. I don't, I need you to be interested sort of in black people moving forward and trying to figure out how can we as a couple work in our community to try to build that, like, commode or what we want to see, or how can we donate. Because imagine you see a cause that's black owned cause that you believe in, and you're asking, saying, hey, I'm thinking about doing this, what do you think about it? And he's like, no. And then it's gonna be like,
Exactly. Exactly.
so I mean, we have to align. Like, the stuff that I believe in, you have to sort of believe in as well. Like, I'm not willing
Exactly.
to budge on it.
Exactly. Because it's not gonna work.
Okay, so let me rephrase it a little bit. It doesn't necessarily have to be a couple. It could be, it's certain people that do this when it comes to friendships. Like, I'll give it a quick example. I know a lot of people who stop being friends with an individual that they may used to be friends with a very long time over this past presidential election. If you didn't vote for Kamala Harris, I can't be friends with you.
Well, I can't be friends with some Christians. I had a friend that was a Christian, but then she started to try to always talk about, God this and God that and that Bible shit. And I wasn't cultivated to believe that. You know what I mean? So it's just a friendship, relationship, whatever it is. You just like you gotta have type of kind of like some type of connection, some type of similarities. I don't, because it's going to be too many different adversities, because one believe in this, one believe in that, and it's going to be a clash somewhere at some point. Even though you try to like be posh or hold your, it's not going to work. Because I have Christians, they just see different, they think different, they behave different, and it's just not going to work. And I tried to date a guy that was a Christian one time, but that Jesus shit, the cross and all that, I was like, oh no, I got to get away from him. You know what I mean? So it's just gonna be too many different type of conflicts. Because eventually it's gonna surface, it's gonna come up, and it's gonna irritate you. And especially if you don't believe in it, then it's gonna be some type of confrontation. So to avoid all that, I need somebody who have the same type of perspective as I do in any relationship.
Okay, so Taj, you think you can be friends with someone that's like don't necessarily share your political and spiritual views, or even in a relationship? Could you think you could do either or with when it comes to relationship, or just potential friends or whatever?
Where's Taj?
I don't know. Solo, you on mute.
Oh, my bad. I was just saying, if I could just add in my friendship explanation, I think I don't think you guys can genuinely be friends. Not on, I call you and have deep conversations with you. I think if you guys were like coworkers, I think that you could probably have a very surface level conversation. And, but that's not a friend to me. They're just a coworker. But like, I think ultimately their politics tell you the person,
Mhm.
how, what their integrity is, what their character is, what they believe is okay, and what races they put above other races. When it comes to the way I'm thinking is, do you think uh black people dying is the same as you see as other people dying? If you more concerned about other people dying and not what black people, what's going on with black people, then no, we're not gonna talk. We're not gonna be not genuine friends. Um, not genuine friends. No, no.
My
Well,
friend, she was kind of genuine, but like sometimes she was a Christian, and I kept reminding her like I'm not a Christian. I wasn't cultivated in that. So it would irritate me sometimes and I wouldn't, I would let it build up that she kept talking this Christian shit in this guy. I'm like, oh my God, this shit don't even sound right. It sounds stupid. But that was something that she believed. And eventually I had to distance myself because she thought that I was evil because I wasn't a Christian. But I'm like, damn, don't your Bible teach you not to judge? You know what I mean? So
Christians
that's
don't
why
believe
I
in the
was,
Bible.
huh?
Christians don't believe in the Bible.
That girl, she just kept every time it was, but
People
guys, I
don't
was
believe
like,
in the
oh my
Bible.
God, like this, you know what I mean? It would bother me. But I was like, no, I had to, because every time she kept using them Bible quotes, and I'm like, man, she's so colonized and could, you know what I mean? But I never judged her. So just to get back to it, I feel like that it's gonna be clashes. Like sometimes things gonna irritate you with a person, and then if you keep suppressing it, eventually it's gonna build up and you're gonna explode. So that's why it's important that you have somebody on the same frequency or vibration as you, like how Solo was saying earlier. You need to, if I'm interested in politics, you have to have at least a basic or a general knowledge, because if I'm talking to you about it and you don't understand and it irritates you, then it's going to be like a clash. So I mean, I think chemistry and frequency is very important. With what you said again, what's the word you use? Politics or something like that?
Me,
Taj, go. I want to get Taj's take on this, and then I'm gonna share mine as well. Did you catch all of it? What we was talking about? I mean, he's here. Taj, you there? All right. So Taj got some kind of technical difficulties, obviously.
Text him. Maybe he can't hear you because I couldn't hear you guys earlier. That's why I had to keep logging out and logging in.
He just went out. But I'm about to text him. But yeah, to Ali's point here, I'll go ahead and share some of mine. To Ali's point here, it says, respect my mind, I respect yours. It should be that simple, but it's not. So I actually agree with her because one of the people in the world, probably the most person I love the most in the world, my mother. We don't get along a lot when it comes to stuff like that, but we love each other dearly. So it is possible. Like political views, me and my mother do not share a lot of political views. We don't share everything when it comes to religious beliefs, but that still doesn't change, you know, the love that we have for each other. You can still, like, if you're open enough to get to know this person for who they really are, you might just find out this person has something there that you could be, that you could be picking up, that God might be sending, or the universe or the answer, whatever it is you believe in, might be sending your way, and you're ignoring it because Todd said he can't hear us. I
I
don't know.
told you. I knew he couldn't because that happened to me earlier.
Hmm.
I couldn't hear anything. That's why I had to keep logging out and logging in.
if I
But
could just respond to that, I think that, like in your platonic relationship and your familiar relationships, I think that those could work because these are sort of relationships you can't get rid of. Like
Right.
There we
you
go.
don't have the
All right.
option to get rid of your family
Oh,
members. But
Right.
like if you're trying to build little
Right.
humans, or you're trying to create a family unit, you guys should probably agree on,
Right.
you probably should agree.
but
But
yeah,
it's not gonna
so
work.
to finish up my point, I think you can, it can definitely work as far as friendship unquestionably. Now, I think it gets a little bit more complicated when it becomes, a relationship, marriage, and things of that nature. Because now, let's say I'm Christian and you're Islam, or let's say you're atheist or whatever. We have children. The children have to follow behind someone, and you have to choose. So that's when that could be way more complicated. But see, I see on a lot of times where people act like you're no longer human just because you don't believe what they believe in.
That part.
More so political. And
Mm-hmm.
and I hate to narrow it down like this, but I can only speak from my experience. More so is Democrats do that. They act like if you don't believe in voting Democrat, you are the scum of the earth, and there's
Right.
nothing else I want to know about you. And
Right.
that's just simply not true. There's certain
Right.
people that will save your life, risk
Right.
their life to save yours, that votes Republican. And
Right.
it's Democrat voters that won't do that shit for you.
Right. Right. Like Christians, they're the same.
Like
If you
that's
don't believe in
crazy.
God, they think you're a devil.
That's
Yeah, like
good. Yeah. Yeah, that's
you
true.
100% right with that. That
That's
shit
true.
is
Yeah.
crazy.
Mm.
But you're
So
right about them Democrats too. They like that.
they like that, absolutely.
I mean, that was a hell of a comparison y'all made, but yeah, Democrats and Christians pretty much. Yeah, if you don't believe how they believe, then yeah.
Yeah,
I had a friend
And
that
I'm
lived
not
in
I'm
my
not saying that
state.
to demonize either one. That has been my experience too.
My
because I'm
friend
just being
called me
honest.
stupid and dumb because I voted for Trump.
Before, like, before I just started being more independent, I spoke with people that were Republicans, right? They never attacked me and said, "Oh, you stupid, you a coon,"
That's
and all
true.
this stuff
That's true.
because I didn't want to vote Republican. They never did that. I'm just
That's
being
true.
honest from my experience. They
That's
never
true
did
too.
that.
My
They just
experience
tried
too.
to encourage you on
Mm-hmm.
why voting Republican is better.
Mm-hmm.
The Democrats, they don't have nothing to
Mm-hmm.
support what the reason why they vote that,
Mm-hmm.
but they'll get mad at you if you
Mm-hmm.
don't just accept their word.
That's true.
That's
That's
my
my
that's been
experience
my
too.
experience.
That's my experience too.
Yeah, but this is the greatest exposure, and if I'm being old, I'll go ahead and out myself on this. I'm still a registered Democrat, but I have to say, I mean, if someone was to pull my voter registration, that's what you would see. But I
Okay.
will also say this: this in my 40 plus years of being in this world, this is the greatest exposure of the Democratic Party. They've never, from my observation of it, they've never been exposed the way they're being exposed right now as we speak. With all the immigration stuff, this, that, and the third. They ass are being shown. Like they got the black Democrats in such, I don't want to say a difficult position, because if they was real ones, they would rock with the people. That's what we
But they
consider a real
not.
one.
They
They
pay
not
just like
rocking
the
with the people.
Republicans.
They rocking with the donors, and that's the difference.
Yes.
And the donors are telling them, to my last point, y'all, my bad. The donors are telling them, support the immigration shit. Fuck your people. Fuck that reparation shit.
Oh
Fuck yeah.
wow.
Support this immigration shit. You want this money, right? We're the
Right.
donors. We're sending you something every month. These niggas
Right.
in America ain't sending you shit. Do
Right.
you? All right, boom, and that's how the shit goes. So even somebody like, I go ahead and say her name. Somebody like Jasmine Crockett. I'm looking, but the thing about Jasmine, you are 87, baby girl. Like you young enough to I think she might have a little time to pivot to be a real one, but she would have to she would lose her donors if she did that. And that's the dilemma she's in. Go ahead.
Yeah.
And it's painful to see how young, like I got nieces and nephews that age. So it's like, damn, she catering to the donors. And this shit, if you want to cut this shit down the middle, that's it's the people and it's the
Trump's
donors.
doing
That's
it
how
too,
you cut that
though.
shit down.
Yeah, Trump's doing it too. That's the reason why with certain shit with Israel that he knows is some bullshit. He's allowing it to go because they're the ones that funded him to get in office. He's doing it absolutely too. But I just think it's crazy when you put yourself in that position where your dignity is basically being lost that you could because you have to do what someone else is telling you to do.
To them, it's their livelihood.
Right.
Thanks, whoever said right. That's to them. They like, yo, y'all, you talk what y'all want to say, but these motherfuckers, yo, that's
They
why I wanted
paying
to
me.
use the word donors. I wanted to use the word donors so you know it's an economic connection to it.
Yeah. And I know how that pressure, I know how that pressure comes. They like, they be like, yeah, that much money on the table, everybody can't. You'll say what you'll do right now. Shit in your face.
Right.
But some people have integrity because look how you was offering me that money and I didn't take because I'm like, no, I got integrity. This is my friend. He out here. He trying to make it. I'm not about to take. You know what I mean? Some people just have integrity and principles.
Straight up. I was raised on that, Cairo. Right on. Keep
Because
going.
that was a lot of money to me. But I
agree.
was like, no, like you out here, I'm supporting you. I come here to support. You know what
You
I
don't
mean?
know how much that mean to me. That shit is tough out there. We out there in the most. I don't know. I love to hear Jamie opinion on this. Like that, LA is that the creative competition is that shit is. But I embrace the challenge. I'm driven to climb as high as I can up that mountain, and I appreciate you for that, Cairo. Because every little bit do help, and I produce my shit off a paycheck budget. You smell what I'm telling you? This ain't no Sony, Paramount ain't giving me shit, Netflix, nobody. This is just working as a stand-in or a background extra and using that money out that check to produce content on YouTube. That's it.
That's what's up, Bill.
So I appreciate you again for that.
No, you're welcome. I just wanted to make a point to like how some people have integrity. It just inherited. Everybody is not about greed and capitalizing, but some people are. Like somebody was saying, when that paycheck in front of your face, shit. Sometimes you might not know what you will compromise.
Yeah, that's real, and I'm glad we got this out on this show because that's a real thing. That's pretty much what's going on in politics. I want as many of our people to understand that the water boils down to the money. It's people sending them money. I hope this shit, this some sensitive shit I'm putting out there. It's people sending them the money, and those people who send them the money. Listen, if y'all think I'm making this shit up, this shit is public record. You could pull up their donors.
That has been American politics for decades. That is it. That's why we need a black tax so we can start paying their ass to pass laws for us.
Right. 100% advocate that.
Bro, we need our own government. I just feel like black people, we need our own government, man, because every time a white person do it, they're not going to do something to the point. They're going to do it to where they receive some type of benefit too and where they protect themselves too because they playing chess, they strategizing. They know who black people are naturally, genetically. So they don't want to give you too much because they want to keep you at a certain level so that they can be the hierarchies. But what black people, what we really, really, really need is our own government. Because it's like we allowing a white man to think for us, to tell us what we should do, to tell us how we should behave, to pass laws for us that's still going to benefit them some type of fucking way.
No.
We need our own government. Fuck them. That's why we where we at today. Look at white man, what they produce, all negative content. Anything about black people, negative. Nothing about us is positive. No content that they put out there. It's all negative. And this is them. They control everything. We need our own government. That's what I see. But that's my opinion.
To add to that, and if you would have said, if I would have heard you say what you just said, Cairo, let's say before Trump fired 300 of our, let me say it this way, sisters, nieces, mothers, aunties, that man fired 300,000 black women on a federal level. So before that, Cairo, my mentality was over the decades and the centuries since the 17, well, really, let's start from the Civil War, 1863 until now, we have occupied government jobs on the federal level on down to the local level, city. We Black Americans are all through the damn government when it comes, and for to see Trump wipe out 300,000 with a stroke of a pen, like yeah,
That's what I'm
yeah,
telling you. That's why we
yeah.
need our own government.
So
We need our own shit, and black people got to stop trusting these white people. Then they want to come around with their cameras and no, stay where y'all at. Let us get us together first. Let us build some type of trust structure. And when we feel comfortable enough that y'all can't come in and try to divide and conquer, and some of y'all are genuine and sincere, then yes. But right now, I think black people, our biggest focus should not be on any other race. What the fuck they doing in Pakistan with them? If they want to bomb them and blow them up, let them bomb them and blow them up, because they've been bombing, raping, and blowing us up for years, and nobody gave a fuck. I don't care. When
that's
it
a
comes down
fact.
to other races, people talking about not their kids, man. That little roach gonna grow up to be a big roach. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? So fuck all them. I'm worrying about us, because they teaching
yeah,
their kids off of the breast, off the titty, hate the nigga. You know what I mean? You can tell
yeah.
when you were outside how some of them little white and Mexican kids be looking at you like, okay, hate's taught in they home. But we always, our problem is we always worrying about other races. Oh, they bombing them people in Israel, man. Fuck them people in Israel. That's stolen land. That's not the original people that belong there. We are. We over here in America held hostage.
She gonna
That's
get you
our land.
going.
Fuck them. For real, I'm being
Yeah,
honest. You go to Egypt, you got
the
all them motherfuckers in Egypt, and none of them look like the people on the hieroglyphics. And you like, well, who are y'all? You go to Mexico to the museums, it's the same thing. Everybody black and brown, but you got all these light skinned motherfuckers running around. Who are y'all?
You
That's
saying the
all
fire
stolen
part
land. I ain't worrying about none of them. If you want to go over there and bomb them bitches, by all means, go ahead.
You gonna
I'm
have to cut that out.
serious. Because they ain't worrying about us. You think when we out here dying, being murdered and killing, you think they talking about, oh, save the Negroes? Fuck no. They want, let them kill themselves. Here, give them some more guns. Put
Absolutely.
yeah,
more liquor stores in their
they
community.
yeah,
Absolutely.
they definitely yeah,
And
everybody,
end
the
it.
whole world, the whole world watch us like we're the gladiators. We're the modern day so the drill rap shit, I call it murder rap and any other destructive behavior, the whole world is watching. I've read comments where they like, man, I'm not near that lifestyle. I just watch this shit. So they're basically watching our sons, nephews, and young Black American men kill each other for entertainment. You know what I mean? To us, we feel the pain because these are our nephews, these are, our homeboys' sons and stuff like that. So we actually feel the pain. The parents of both, the ones who got hit, the ones who didn't. So I hear what you're saying, Cairo, and it definitely is it's a way forward we need to focus on. And yeah,
I
let me
just want
say
to say one
this.
more thing. They learn
Go ahead.
everything from us and then go back and use it against us. Whenever a white person want to learn something, whether it's martial art, whether it's a form of dancing, whether it's a form of studying, they come to us to learn. And then once we give them all the knowledge, they go back and say we no longer need them, fuck them, and use it against us. And we got to stop doing that, because we out here at a real war and we losing
We
because we
haven't,
giving
but
them
we
everything.
now here, so we still, as of this conversation, the most influential people on planet Earth, and we have to ask ourselves, what are we doing with that influence? How I'll bring the money in next. So I'm gonna say, what are we doing with that influence first, and then the next statement would be, are we? So this is kind of what you just said, Cairo. Are we monetizing our influence? We haven't figured out how to do that yet, and hip hop proves that. Hip hop shows you how so many people got bad deals and stuff like that. So, but they had the influence. Yeah, nigga, you cool as a motherfucker. Rap that song, okay, but they handling all the business work. So we walk away with the fame, and that's a tough thing to walk around with when your ass ain't got no money.
That's why we're saying.
Hey, I'm not famous, but I've been popular enough to know that when everybody know you and you ain't, man, that's a tough situation to be in, to be highly recognized, but you ain't really got the money to either protect yourself or move around a certain way.
And who
So what y'all think about
monopolizing
that?
everything? The
But
Caucasians, because they monopolizing it. That's what I'm
so all
saying.
right,
Let's talk
so
about it.
let me get your thoughts on this history, Cairo, unless Jamie or Solo want to jump in real quick.
Yeah, I'm good.
All right.
Oh, get my thoughts on what?
Oh, I thought Jamie was gonna say something. All right.
I say you good.
Okay, cool. So when you look at, I'm gonna go ahead and put them on the spot. Let's take the Seminole Nation. It's public record. Everybody can pull this up. So when you say what you say in Cairo, that's an example that we can look at, and that's a real example. I mean, you said it in a bold way. You know what I'm saying? But that's you. Do your thing. But we have examples of what that would look like. So what happened in the 50s is, dang, Cairo, you went there. So in the 50s, Dr. King led us into what? Integration. With all due respect, if I could ask y'all humbly, don't curse Dr. King, y'all. I got something that told me to say that before Cairo go off.
Look how
But
Jamie look up. Oh my
Cairo,
God.
here's the
Look how
deal.
Jamie look up with that devious look.
So check it out though. Dr. King led us into integration. Guess what the Seminoles did? They told the United States, nigga, we don't want to have nothing to do with this shit. Y'all took all our land, give us a little something that they call what? Reservations. And so what you're saying, Cairo, that's an example of a group of people telling the government that pretty much oppressed them, because the government was basically saying, hey, are you guys ready to assimilate into the United States way of living? And them Seminoles and many other, I want to use the Seminoles because they're one of the most successful groups that did it, because they own all the hard rocks right now across the country. In my hometown, they got this is like the headquarters of that shit. If you ever look up Seminole Indians, Hollywood, Florida, that's their DC. So that they did exactly what you're talking about, Cairo, and I'll rest my case there. So that's just some rich history anybody could tap into. And if we were to do that, I think with Black America, it would be more of a state. Cairo, let me get your thoughts on that, Jamie and Solo. So what y'all think about Black America being its own state, but not necessarily a geographical state? What that means, so it don't have to be like a Louisiana, California, Florida, Tennessee. It could be help me out, Solo. It would be like a not a spiritual state, but it's a state where you can stay where you are. Y'all hear you see where I'm going with this? You can stay where you don't have to leave California, you don't have to leave Tennessee, New York, Florida, or Louisiana. But it would be it would be like what the Seminoles have across the country. You would have your own sovereignty, and it would have to be so. Is that enough, or Cairo? You think?
No,
No.
we need a state like that Middle Eastern country that we can't talk about.
First of all, the planet is ours, y'all. Let's get this straight. The sun
I was
tell
gonna
us
say that
that.
earlier. I was gonna
The
say the
sun
Earth is
tell
our
us
turf
that
earlier. But go
they
ahead,
gotta wake
Solo.
up every morning and spray chemtrails to block the sun so they can come out. That means you wasn't created for this planet. Let's just put that out there. I think that when I said earlier we need our own government, why would you ask your enemy to give you anything? If I break into your house and I steal all your shit, right? Rape your wife, rape your kids, exploit them. Why are you asking me to give you anything? You should want some
Right.
type of revenge. Come back and knock my fucking head off and take your shit. Because a bully is going to keep bullying you, and that's our problem. White people look at most Black people, if you hear them in their conversation as a joke, they claim only thing we do is talk. And that's facts. Because when Black people have confrontation with other Black people, they so quick to kill, get rowdy. But when it's a white man involved, they want to march, they want to talk, and they want to pray. And I'm like, if we use the same energy, form our own government, and start busting their ass and knocking them down and letting them know, bitch, we ain't playing, we will get somewhere. We will really get, when you start knocking their ass and knocking them down and putting fear in them, you're gonna get somewhere. But as long as you keep asking, well, I'm somebody breaking my house, I'm asking them, can you please give me my money back? Man, I'm about to take your whole fucking head off. You know what I mean? And that's our problem. We keep wanting to march and talk. I ain't trying to march and talk. I'm waiting to that time when niggas like, y'all ready? When we form some type of government, yeah, I'm ready for that. But marching and talking, well, I'm marching and talking to a motherfucker that been raping us for centuries, murdering us, exploiting us. Man, fuck out of here. And I think that's our problem. Because we so colonized and conditioned. And like Solo was saying earlier, it's some Black people that's just accepting things the way that it is. They feel like we don't need no change. We just gonna let it go like this and keep, and that's sad. You know what I mean? Because that means you done lost all fucking hope. You depending on this Caucasian, this Neanderthal. You know what I mean? Half fucking human, half animal DNA. Man, please. Ain't nowhere in the world that can't even come out underneath of the sun because it burns their ass up. Man, don't get me started. Y'all go ahead.
Shit, you say don't get you started. You lighting that motherfucker up right now.
Yeah,
Go
I'm serious.
ahead.
Because you will never have peace with them. Because every time they see you, even though they don't admit it, it's going to be some form of jealousy. They use racism. It's not racism, it's jealousy. Because you got to think about this. We don't have to be, do you know why we don't have no hate or no jealousy or no anger towards them? Because there's nothing that they got that we won't. So we have everything naturally, but they don't have that. You know, white people hate to look in the mirror. They hate what they see. That's why if you watch Botch, the first thing that doctor asked them, what brings you in? I hate this. I hate my nose. I hate this. They hate themselves. And when they see you and you naturally just going, you don't think they hate you too? And them motherfuckers age like bananas and all these other races, and you better at everything. Man, please, you never gonna have peace with a person like that. It's gonna always be some type of unconscious, settled jealousy. So that's why I say we need our own government. We just gotta start loving each other, trusting each other, and keeping them out. Because one thing I realized when we form any type of, retrospectively speaking, when the Black Panthers was formed, when the fucking what's that other one? Name some was formed. Once they start letting white people come in, for that's how they get infiltrated. Some type of way. It's always some type of infiltration. You ever notice that? Soon as they let one in, whether it's a half breed too. Cause sometimes them half breeds, they can't, they mama white, they daddy black, they not about to, they still think they white. So they don't
All right,
look at you
so
the same
so
way.
what about what? All right, you said we need our own government. Does the Nation of Islam count?
Hell
No,
no. Fuck no.
no.
Hell no. What the? That's a
Y'all
joke.
sick. Y'all sick. Y'all sick. They about
Do
to tell you
you do you do
where
you do you do you acknowledge them? No, no. I hear the answers. Do you acknowledge that organization as its own government?
I think it is a government. Yes, most definitely. It's a
Okay.
government. You know what I mean?
All right. So I'm just trying.
Definition
I'm trying to
wise,
see the vision. So what's the?
definition
Like.
wise, it's a government. But is
Hmm.
it a genuine government that genuinely protect the people, or like how you say, what's that word you said today when old girl was getting paid and you say they just trying to protect their livelihood or something like that?
Right. Right.
I think that
Right.
the leaders of the Nation of Islam, they capitalize off of that, because when you think about like some of our, retrospectively speaking, other abolitionists like Malcolm X, it was like, okay, you take one of ours, we come and take three of yours. You know what I mean? Farrakhan and
Who
them,
did
they not
Malcolm?
like
Who did
that.
Malcolm get that from?
I think he got it from. I know he didn't get it from Elijah Muhammad, because I mean
That's
Elijah Muhammad
exactly
was
who
his
he got it
teacher.
from. The
He was his
Cairo,
teacher.
come,
You know.
Cairo. Fact, we talking facts or feelings. That's exactly who
Brian
we got it from.
Brian said that the Nation of Islam were the feds.
Yeah, they are. So was
Where's the
yeah.
proof?
Spike
Where's the
Lee made a
proof?
movie about it though. You didn't see that movie? Spike Lee made a movie about it when Angela Davis, even her, she was a. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, loud and clear, loud and clearly.
Because I think
Go
her
ahead.
mama is Caucasian. So what I was reading is that from the information that I got secretly, they were saying that they couldn't send men to get close to them to infiltrate them, because you know men gonna be a little bit suspicious of other men, but they'll lay down and pillow talk around a woman. So that's why they sent them women to them. And if you think about it, a lot of the men was assassinated. The woman never got assassinated nor arrested. You know what I
We
mean?
still
So
talking about? We still talking about the nation, or what we talking
I
about
think I was
now?
talking about the Black Panther Party, but still, they still a
Well, the
nation.
black.
Whether you
But
Black Panther
I
or
want to.
Islam, it's still a nation. You know what I mean?
No. The Black Panther Party, Cairo. Now
But it's but I'm talking about
Cairo,
definition wise.
I,
It's one body of
Cairo.
people under one government. Yeah.
Cairo. So,
Yes.
all right, so Cairo, are you saying the Black Panther Party? I'm putting my quotation marks in the L. You saying the Black Panther Party was a government?
I'm saying it was a nation and a government.
And what?
Yes. Definition
So,
wise, it was a government and a nation.
all right, I don't want to get too far off subject, but this is real interesting to me. So, what source would you accept as a fact check to say the Black Panther Party? They telling you what they are. They didn't say the Black Panther Nation. They said the Black Panther Party. I got the Black Panther on my arm. That don't mean nothing. But that wasn't a nation. That was a party. That was a political party, just like the Democrats and the Republicans we were just talking. I
Right.
just like
Okay.
to
Okay. You're
separate the
right.
facts
Okay.
from the feelings. Let's separate the
Okay.
facts from the feelings. Now, it's a
Okay.
fact that the Black Panther. So let's get a second opinion. Jamie, Solo, y'all don't have to jump in on this. Do y'all acknowledge the Black Panther as a party or a nation?
A party.
Thanks, Solo.
I
Jamie?
there was a political party, the Nation of Islam. I see them as like sort of like a church, but like they have like, or they have their own like way of order and like the way that they help like the community. Like I think that they have their own system, and they have hierarchy in their system. And I fully support them, whatever they're doing. I fully support them. They like I haven't like, but I don't watch them. I don't keep up with them, so I don't know anything that is going on. What I see is Farrakhan speaking up for Black people, and I commend him every time I get to see him do that, and it seems like he's been doing it for a long time. Um, but I also don't know what, to the extent do they help out in their community. I would hope that they help. I would assume that they help their members, but I look at it as like a church. And I'm talking about, see, and that's what I guess that's my ignorance as well, because when I think about the Nation of Islam, I think about the Black sort of Muslims, so to speak. I don't necessarily associate that with the Arabs. That's like
They definitely
in the
not the
West.
Arabs. And
Yeah,
I'm
like
not
I
gonna
don't
say
necessarily
they.
associate
Right.
them with the Nation of Islam. Right?
What's
I think of like
right. And
the black group that is in that Farrakhan be over.
right. And this Cairo, you wanted to add something, man?
But I wasn't saying like, when sometimes I get caught up because like some words you can generalize them. So for as nation, it's just the same thing like culture. When you say a body of people with the
Uh
same type of historically things that you have in common. So that's when I was saying that. You know what I mean? Not in like a political sense, but
Black
for as
right.
definition wise.
Black America is a culture that can become a nation. And as 50 million people in the United States of America, we have to come up, if I could use a nerdy word, y'all, we have to have our own referendum. A referendum is where we all kind of have a collective decision on how we want to move forward. Do we want to move forward as a culture? Just like Nigeria is a nation, Liberia is a nation, all them other 54 countries in Africa, those are nations. Does Black America, which has just as many people as some of those nations, and we're the 10th wealthiest group of people on planet Earth right now as we speak, how do we want to move forward? This is why I said earlier, influence. And I got some fact checks on this. Influence is more powerful than money, political status, and I can't think of some, but it's name. There's really. I rest my case there, and so we have the influence. Black Americans have the influence. What do we want to do with it?
If I could, I think that creating ourselves as a nation is detrimental to our survival. I think that, of course I have like the Bible story, right? And I believe in it, right? But then I think about, like, I feel like we have, like, I'm thinking to myself, thinking that we have the free ability to like create our own system and how things move. Like, we have the ability to create our own economic system where if you need money, you can go to the Black party and get the money that you need. If you
Mm,
need help, if you need a school for your kids to go to, you already know where they're going because they're going to the Black school. If you need a bank loan, you're going to the Black bank. If you need a car, you're going to the Black car lots. You need anything, the supermarket, that you can go to the Black supermarket. I think that in every, at least, like, if Black America's next 5-year plan should be to put through 5 things in every major city. And then the next 5 years, we need to go to the next major city where it's the most populated Black people. We need a bank, we need a school, we need a supermarket, we need um, a bank, a school, a
those
supermarket, a hospital,
definitely, yeah,
and
we
we need
definitely
a
need the hospital,
church.
right?
And
Hmm.
Oh, it's
the most populated Black cities need those things, and those systems needs, those institutions needs to operate solely for the purpose of benefiting Black people, and they need to be all Black staff, everyone, because not only are we providing these services to to our people, but we're also creating jobs in these things, and that's what we need. Like, so, like, instead of asking the government for anything, I think reparations are old. Like, I don't think we're asking them for anything when we ask for them to pay us for our ancestors'
Dr. Henry,
unpaid labor. So, I think that we need to do this on our own with our money so we control it. Because the is no purpose if other races or the United States government is operating and approving and doing all these things to our system. This needs to be when they ask a black person something, like every black person should say the exact same thing. Like when they used to interview Black Panthers, when you see them interview, you seen young brothers have articulate responses as to what the Black Panthers are doing this service for and this program for. We all need to be on one accord, and it's to benefit us because we're not even competing in the race power structure of the world. We're not. We're really the labor that people that other races used to get rich. The Asians used to get rich. White people used to get rich. We're the labor. Now they replacing us in America. Now they replacing us in the labor market. So we really need to consider that and try to create these jobs on our own because as long as we continue to depend on people who have no interest on helping us compete at all, they don't want us doing better than them. So they're not going to help us compete at all. It's imperative that we create our own. I'm not saying we need our own government, but maybe it's a coalition or something. But we do need to start using our money, pooling it together, and creating our own institutions that other races of people do not control, and we're hiring our people because that create jobs, and we're providing the services to our people because we know that we're faced with a lot of systematic unjust when we are asking people in these environments, we're asking people for these services. So um I completely agree with that, but we do have to be on, like, it's I'll stop right there. I completely agree.
Jane, because Jamie, I got them thoughts loaded, but I want to make Jane.
I'm not sure what I'm responding to.
I would love to, Jamie. We've had these kind of conversations over the years. I would love to hear your thoughts on where my thoughts are right now. Is remember the other podcast where Solo said we needed a bank, and I thought that was a brilliant idea. Cairo saying we need a nation. If you had to choose, if you had the most influence in Black America, Jamie, this ain't me putting you on the spot. You don't have to answer this right now. Which direction? And both can happen. I'm not saying you can't have one or the other, but which one would be more beneficial for us moving forward as a people? We can have both. A bank but the bank kind of handles our economic. Well, damn. Really, we just need financial literacy again, y'all. We the 10th wealthiest spenders on earth as we speak.
I think
Right.
that it
So
should
I
definitely
think to
be
either
over.
Cairo or Solo's point, that's why people are trying to tap into our psychology so we could spend with them. Name the groups. The Arabs are in our hoods across the country. I done been to all our cities. New York,
I'm
Florida.
gonna say that it's definitely because I was kind of letting y'all go. But first off, I never answered when you were speaking on the Panther Party, whether they're a party or a government. They're absolutely a party. Also, I agree with what DeMarcus is saying right now. The nation is definitely more important because if you have the nation, if we had our own nation, that would solve the financial issue because, like you just said, we're already the 10th wealthiest economy. So we had our own nation, we would spend that among us. We would easily, quickly become the richest just because we're spending with ourselves instead of giving it to others. So, like you just said, the money isn't the issue. The problem is we don't have a place where it's just for us and the money is circulating only with us. That's the issue.
But I think that when you say you need a nation, that just what exactly is that? It's just like an organization where you create hierarchy because I'm thinking of a nation is that you have all the essential needs and you're not
I, I,
looking for assistance with other races. Like anything you need, you can go on Black Wall Street and get it. Anything you need. You don't need to go outside of this nation, this Black Wall Street. You don't need to go outside of that for everything you need. So it's a nation of resources, stores, businesses, whatever you need, collectively thinking on one accord, operating on one accord, right? But I think that these, like the bank, like Taj was saying, is included in it. So I think that, you know, the collection of these individual institutions create the nation. They are members of the nation. Like states are make the United States, right? Like I think we can create a business, we can create an organization that says that, hey, we're the nation, we're the Black nation, but if we don't have these businesses available for our people, then we're still having to venture out and
and
get
great point.
assistance.
I would love to respond to that unless somebody else wanted. All right, so here we go. All right, so Solo, check it out, Solo. So the people who occupied the people who currently occupy the Jewish state of Israel prior to World War II, they were just wandering around the world. That's not our issue as Black Americans in the United States. We're not wandering around. Their visionary was pretty much telling the people, hey, we need exactly what Cairo said earlier. We need our own nation, man. We going from Germany to this country, that country, you know what I mean? We need our own nation. And their Dr. King, the Jewish Dr. King, he led them to what we now call the state of Israel. Now let's juxtapose that to Black Americans in the United States. If we're not wandering around, so this is y'all got me at my wit's end right now. But going between the statements that's been made in this podcast. If we're not wandering around, and we're not, we're in every state of this motherfucker. This is where I'm at my wit's end. I don't know I'm out of thoughts at this point.
Well, what I think you're trying to say is that they were allowed to create the state in the Middle Eastern that we can't talk about, and that allowed them to build their own businesses within that state, right? Where they can call, this is my home state, this is, the state, these are the, businesses that create the state or that they need in order to survive within their nation, right? But I think that if we have the banks already in place, we have the schools already in place all over the world, because again, you say all over the United States, because again, you say that we're still going to be scattered, right? So just say, for example, they give us all the southern states. They say, okay, Black people, you guys can get all the southern states. We're going to move all the white people out, all the Black people, and we're going to make these y'all states, right? These y'all states. I'm saying that we as Black people would want to create those businesses within that state. And I think that is going to be an option. But I think that we still have to have like these businesses or these plans in place in order to fulfill that sort of obligation of funding these businesses. Not saying that, if we got, so I get what you're saying, but I mean, I'm all for living amongst Black people. So if you say we're going to the southern states and we're moving non-Black people out of the southern states, I'm all for that. I'm ready to go.
But Solo, all right, so Solo, all of us on this panel are from Black cities. You from Memphis, Cairo from New Orleans. I went to Southern University. Don't forget that now. I know how Black New Orleans is. You and Jamie from those are Black ass cities. So how do we Damn. Okay.
Because
Don't
y'all
use.
leaving two key factors out. Y'all left them out. I'll tell you when you finish.
If we already, Solo said, I would love to live amongst my people. And as soon as she said that, I'm like, but damn, we already amongst our people when you go to our
That's because y'all
cities.
leaving two things out.
Yeah,
Take it from
but the issue is that predominantly black cities are not financially economic. They're not financially economic where there are just tons of jobs there that can provide for every black person or in the world. I mean in the country. So like I would definitely move to Memphis, especially if you're talking about moving non-black people out. If I can live in an all-black city where I'm amongst my people and we are financially providing for ourselves, right? Right? That's
Yeah, I hear you.
that's it. That we
That's
are
it.
not economic deprived and starving and stealing amongst each other, killing and robbing each other. I would definitely live amongst us.
Same here. So what
So,
I think, go ahead, Cairo.
So remember when you said earlier, Taj, right? When you were
Mm-hmm.
talking about influence, we influence in everything. How do you know we influence in everything? Because what you see. So the two main things that we forgot out too, the reason why, because black people can say, oh, we want to do this, we want to build this, we should do this, we should do that, and we're not doing none of it because a lot of us have self-hate. Most of the time when other people see other black people, they boot it up, they barely want to speak, they don't
Yeah,
trust you,
true.
they think you about to steal
True.
for real or do something like that.
Real.
Because you know
That's real.
why? Guess who still control this content that plant this seed in our subconscious? Television and music. So not
Mm.
only should only have our own hospitals, our own government, our own banks, our own region, we need to be able to have full control of our music, what we put out there, and full control over television programs, full control over movies, full control over literature, because they put in literature what the fuck they want to put in literature. They told us we were slaves, and when you open up a literature book, only thing you see is white Egyptians, white Jews, white Hebrews, and what did that still do? Plant negative seeds in your subconscious. So we need to change this narrative of how we see ourselves and how other people see themselves. Remember when Black Panther came out? That movie was well anticipated. And you
Mm-hmm.
saw how unified we were, how black
Mm-hmm.
people was all on that same frequency from that positive
Mm-hmm.
content. We
Mm.
need to control all of this shit, because when you see other black people and you watch them on TV, most black women that fit that image, I get the hell away from them. I say, ooh, because she aggressive and she look like she want to fight, because I see this on baddie. So I'm running the hell away from them. There's no trust. That's why I say it's important that we have to monitor what the hell we watch and what the hell we see, and we have to control it, because you know who controlling that? That white man, that Neanderthal, that Caucasian, and nothing positive is coming out of it. When you listen to white music, and I listen to a lot of their music because it's positive, they not talking about fuck they bitch, suck my dick, I'm
Right.
running through clicks. They talking about I'm loving you to death. I want to
That's
be
true.
with you. I'll die for you. I'll kill for
Yeah.
you. I'll provide for
Real.
you. When you
That's
watch
real.
their movies, the white man ain't running in there robbing nobody. He ain't smoking no crack. The woman ain't prostituting. She ain't selling no pussy. Kids at home, they ain't hungry. They showing themselves in a positive image, but destroying our image. So when we see each other naturally on the street, we're repulsive. We're like,
Mm.
damn, I don't know if this bitch trying to fight. If I can speak to her and give her a compliment and tell her she cute
This shit.
without her
Real
being
shit.
even negative towards me. Because
Real
most
shit.
days you'll tell somebody, oh, your hair cute. Thank you. It's like, all right, bitch, I ain't telling y'all no more. You know what I mean? It's just
Right.
like that. So we need to
Yeah, it
control
is.
our own television, our own movies, and write our own fucking literature too. That's important, because your mind, that's what they want. They don't give a fuck about what's in your bank. They want that mind. Because whatever that mind tell that body to do, it's going to follow.
That's
Believe
a
that.
fact. Yeah, and that connects to the influence. That's a fact.
Right.
Fact. The
So
mind
I'm,
is. Mhm.
I'm gonna piggyback a little bit now. Get ready to close this segment because we got to move on. But absolutely, she is right. It's like you said with the influence part. But that's what's the cause of all of this negativity that's going on with us. It's the influence with the music and television. Like that is a major factor that's causing us to hate each other, want to fight each other. over sexualized of the woman and stuff like that. So she's definitely on point with that. Because if you fix that issue, the other ones will solve themselves. That's the truth.
Okay.
But let me go ahead and move on to this last segment with America being a scam. We pretty much covered that prior to of this whole podcast. I think it's safe to say America's absolutely a scam. But let's
My bad, y'all. Go ahead, carry on, Jen. Oh man.
Oh yeah, and DeMarcus, I think homeschooling is absolutely better. The only negative side I could possibly see about homeschooling is if you don't allow your kids to be very sociable, they can be a little bit socially awkward. But as far as educational perspective of what they're being taught and stuff like that, and how advanced they are. Actually, I know a lot of the homeschool kids and stuff like that, if their parents are doing it properly, are further ahead than the ones that's going to public school and even private. Because they don't have to be, share the teacher or whatever with 20 other kids or whatever. So just addressing that really quickly. But so America being a scam, it tells you that this is the American dream. Go get a job, go to school, get a job, get married, have some kids, buy a house, and pretty much after you do all this shit, that's about the end of it. But
Then
is that
die. Fire
really,
die.
yeah, exactly.
So don't leave that out, huh, Kyrie? Don't leave that
And we
out.
gonna kill you, inject you so you don't get that retirement money.
Uh-huh. That's
And
real.
that's why they keep raising it every year because they know
Yep.
that majority aren't living to make it to that
Yep.
age.
Yeah.
So it's definitely a scam.
Mm-hmm.
So and I'm gonna reference that book, Taj. We had a private conversation about it. I'm gonna reference that book I was talking to you about again. Outwitting the Devil. I can actually pull it up. They have the audio version of that on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone is interested.
All right.
It's written by Napoleon Hill, and pretty much in that book, he's revealing what the quote unquote devil uses as tactics to control the entire world.
Oh, that's
And
Dale Carnegie.
You say what?
My bad. I thought look, I got Dale Carnegie. And you was talking about I pulled up his book, but you talking about Napoleon Hill.
Oh, okay.
Mm.
So basically, what he's saying is how they use, in a nutshell, how they've been able to control pretty much 90-something% of the world is through your pastor or whatever religious person that you follow, your teacher, and your parents. The pastor is going to influence the parents. The parents is going to teach the child, obviously, and then that's why they know that the kids' minds develop like to start shaping into who they're going to become around the ages of 5 to 7. That's why they start you with school around that time. And the teachers are filling you with bullshit that they have been taught. Now you are a perfectly conditioned slave that follows the American dream, tells you, oh, go to school, knowing you, majority of you are going to get into debt. You're going to use the job that you ended up getting to pay off that debt. And once you finally out that debt, keep in mind, if you even pay off that debt, but once you find out you probably already met your lover, you're married now, you have kids, now your life is dedicated to that child, which most of us don't have enough financials to support that anyway. So, to be able to live your own life plus have, be able to do for your kids. So you got to do that for another 20 years. And then once you do that, pretty much you are already 60. And majority of the people in America are dying at 60. So they basically have cooked you, put you in debt, cooked your ass, and move on to the next generation.
Wait,
Wow.
and then you forgot to make. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, while the other ones that in the upper echelon of, you know, that's controlling shit, they sitting around, you know, their only job is to make sure they manipulate your ass.
But you forgot about this and make you think that you ugly. You forgot about that. Make us think that we ugly. Create television shows and content where they put
Mhm.
the black one like they did Martin. Cause I used to always be like, damn, Pam beautiful. Why he always keep making ugly jokes about Pam and saying she ugly as this, but then he with the light skinned girl. So that creating your conscious light skin is better. So you forgot about television programs like that they put on there to make us to create insecurities within us too. That or if you're not like, you're not beautiful, you're not attractive. That's
Right.
a part of it too. So when you're looking in the
Yeah.
mirror, you like,
Mhm.
damn, you know what I mean? Her hair straight, she lighter, so he gonna like her better because she lighter. I'm dark. Anything associated with dark is ugly. A lot of television shows was like that, but we didn't know it at the time because we were young. But as you grow up and you see it, you like, damn, they was teaching us to even hate ourselves on television shows. Cause I
Mhm.
always thought Pam was beautiful, even Celie in the
She
color
is.
purple. I say
Yeah.
Celie is beautiful. But what they make, you black, you're ugly. And so when we see anything look like Celie, we
Oh
think,
wow.
yeah,
Yo,
you
Jamie
know.
had to
But
double
for
down
real,
on it.
but Celie was
Yeah.
fucking. Go back and look at Celie. You're gonna be like, oh my God, she was dark, she was chocolate, she was beautiful.
Whoopi Goldberg absolutely during her earlier days was nowhere near what they advertised her to be now. Now I will say this: Whoopi, with the way she thinks and stuff like that, because she's one of those people that if you don't lean towards what they think, which is the Democratic Party, then they're gonna attack you heavily and make it seem like something's wrong with you. She does, and I think people when you close your mind like that, become so hateful and stuff like that towards certain thoughts, you naturally start to look bad. That's just my opinion. Now you got certain ones that do that shit and they still look good, but I think you stress yourself out when you do that shit.
Yeah, it's definitely a and Jamie, we've discussed this before as far as the complexion in our culture. Yeah, yeah, that was the lighter you are, the closer you were to whiteness, and it was weaponized. You know what I'm saying? But no, beauty is beauty, and it shouldn't be
Lil
based.
Kim
And
and
Jamie,
Faith.
huh?
Biggie did it too with Lil Kim and Faith. The dark one, he didn't want the dark one, but he was all over the light one. And
And
men do
little
that shit, you
Kim,
know what I mean? And look
yeah,
how she destroyed herself.
and little Kim. When I'm talking about like pretty, like that's. Let me just keep it short. That's my type. Look, I'm talking about the little Kim that you talking about, Cairo. Like that's my generation of growing up in hip hop, and you absolutely right. Like as far as
Let
yeah,
me.
we
I,
still
I
yeah.
want to ask y'all something too. Go ahead. Go ahead.
That's it. But I'm just saying she right about that, man. I'm looking at Lil Kim. I grew up around girls like Lil Kim where I grew up. You know what I'm saying? So I was always attracted to that type. And to Cairo's point, I never looked at it that way. That okay, Faith was the light skinned one. But let's just go ahead and put this out there to the world, Jamie, because we've discussed this before in private conversations.
Mm-hmm.
If a person used their mind power to look at a light skinned, I'm gonna say person, whether it's a dude or a chick, and darken their complexion, will you still be attracted to that person? You see what I'm saying? So the light skin, let's say chicks, they get away with the complexion. And but the darker complexions, the browns and the dark complexion, you can't hide behind that. It's gonna show what you are. So the light is this making sense? Because this could be a little controversial.
You
What I'm
told me,
saying,
no. When you told me that, this was, I still remember this shit. When you first said this shit to me, this was in 2020. I want to say you told me this. Because it was during COVID time, right? It was doing countercurrent glass when we was on set for that. That's the first
mm-hmm.
time you ever said this shit to me. And it instantly resonated with me. I was like, damn, I never thought about it that way, but that's a good way to look at it. To just imagine the light-skinned girl to be dark.
That's it.
Think
Mhm.
about would she still be pretty? That's how you can tell how
Right.
attractive she really is.
Right. And
That's
if,
how
and
it
if you
goes.
right. And so it proves that we're giving them a pass just for being light skinned.
Yep, absolutely.
And I'm gonna
And
tell
there's
you
a history
something.
to that. Huh?
What you realize when you get older, the darker, the fucking better. The darker you are, the better you age. I'm telling you something. For me, even though
Oh
I'm
yeah.
chocolate, I'm
Mm.
caramel complexion. I look at my sister, bruh. She like in her 50s. She have no nasal phobia lines, no smile lines, no wrinkles or nothing. Just because I'm a little lighter, them bitches
Damn,
is starting
Carol.
to come. And I say, oh, I wish
Wow.
I was chocolate. Yes. The more
I got a brother.
chocolate you
Yeah.
are, I'm telling you, the better you gon' fucking age. And you realize that, well, I
Yeah, that
always knew
makes
because I'm
sense
from
though.
New Orleans.
Mm-hmm.
I'm Chocolate City. You know, it wasn't number niggas down there. So anything dark, you look good. The black of the berry. My first love was Wesley Snipes. When he played in New Jack City. I wanted
Nino.
man just like Wesley
Yeah.
Snipes. I just thought I wanted Nino. I wanted Nino.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
the older you get, the
Ooh,
more you
he
realize.
got to spark something.
Who about
What
to
you
spark
think
something?
about black women wearing wigs instead of natural hair? Well, y'all want me to go first?
Go ahead.
All right. So this gonna be kind of like a flex, and y'all tell me if it's not. Black American, just the fact and the luxury of Black American women wearing other women's hair from around the world. So think about this. There's girls and ladies in India right now doing what? Because I know somebody on this panel know what them people over there doing. Just so our women. Now this is kind of a flex, and y'all can destroy this flex if y'all got something to destroy it with. Black American women are the first women in the history of the world to walk around with other women's hair in their head. And I want y'all to think about that before you talk about whatever's up under that and all that shit. And you can almost start the timeline with Tina Turner. So I want y'all to look at the royalty factor of that first before you get into the psychological and the self-esteem and all that. It's just is that a flex or not? I guess I'll put that out there.
So I'm gonna tell you from being a black woman what that shit do to you. I swear to God. So black women don't know this right now, right? Because when I was wearing weaves, I was suffering from migraines, and I didn't know that it was related. Putting perms in your hair, chemicals, all of that. I was suffering from migraines. My skin was breaking out, and not only that, I was having nightmares, fucking nightmares, right? Once this black man, he say, sister, why you got all that shit in your head? What's wrong with your hair? Why are you on? And I thought about it. I was like, that's true. Why the fuck don't I wear my own hair? Right? It never had been put to me like that. So I started to wear my own hair. Now this is where they get. Oh, hello? They had cut me
Yeah.
off. This is how they get you too. You know what they doing to us? They putting chemicals in that shit. So they put in lye, and I swear to God, I just threw away hella lye products because I was wearing my hair natural. And these products, they put in lye and stuff into it, right? So it's damaging your hair follicles. I had to throw all that shit away. I'm like, oh my God, this shit is not helping my hair grow. It's destroying it. So they putting all type of chemicals in these products. They don't want for some type of reason, they just trying to destroy us any way they can. So I had to start all over from scratch because I refused to put a weave or any type of wig in my hair. I'm like, I'm just gonna use everything natural. I'm not putting none of this product shit in my hair because I'm telling black women, if you can't pronounce that shit, don't put it in your body because they using lye, they're using all different type of chemicals, and it has an adverse effect on us, and it's creating nightmares, it's creating migraines, it's causing all type of things to your health, to your internal health, and it's just not good for you. But I wear my own natural hair, and it feels better.
And that's
But
always the best. Yeah. Go
I
ahead,
had to
Carl.
throw away them products. I wish I would have showed you the bag before I threw it out. It damaged my hair so much. I said, oh, my hair wasn't growing. And I was like, I think it's these products. Because they putting all type of shit in it, and we don't know what that is. And I say, well, what did our ancient ancestors use in their hair? And they had long and thick hair. They wasn't using any of this shit that they have today. So they trying to destroy us, man. I'm telling you, they attacking us any way that they can. any way that they can. And I bet a lot of black
That's
women
for
have
sure.
nightmares,
Yeah.
but they're not gonna tell you
That
they have nightmares wearing them damn
that part, I
weaves
never
and all
heard
that
that
shit.
part. That's interesting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's why
And
they
are
have
you saying the
attitude.
nightmares are coming from the fact that you got another person's hair sewn into
Look,
yours?
Taj, when I took that shit out of my head, the nightmares went away and the migraines, and guess what?
Good
I didn't have an
God.
attitude no
Oh
more.
snap.
Attitude went
I've
away.
never
And I'm
heard
gonna
that.
tell you another secret. When I
Yeah.
looked in the mirror when I had that shit on my hair, I used to look so ugly to myself, and I used to be like, I couldn't figure out what it was. Putting
Mm-hmm.
all that perm in my hair, and I used to look in the mirror and be like, why I look ugly? Why I feel ugly? And then something clicked. It say, cause look at you. You're perming your fucking hair. You got this weave and shit in your hair. That's not you. You're trying to be
That's a
something
fact.
else. Take
Yeah.
that out. And when I took it out, I started loving looking in the mirror. I'd be like, all right, okay, I know, you know what I mean? It just was
Uh-huh.
different. I loved it what I saw. But when I was
Yeah.
wearing that shit, I never liked what I saw in the mirror. Swear to God. Never. I couldn't figure out what it was. But when I took it out, I realized I say, this is what it is.
So if black women, specifically if black American women, didn't have the luxury to have females from around the world shaving their heads so our women could wear that. If they didn't have that luxury, then what would be like the outcome or the result? I guess it would be natural, like how they was in the 70s. And it'll still I love that look. You know what I mean? When you look at Angela Davis and I forgot the other lady's name back then. But so without that luxury, I guess let me ask you and solo this, since y'all the ladies on the panel. Is that a luxury?
Hell
To
no,
be
that ain't no goddamn luxury. That's foolish.
Okay.
No,
Solo, you still there?
no, I don't take that as a luxury because that's not something that I mean, I guess we're benefiting because we get to do that, but as far as economic, we're the victims in the
Right.
circumstance. Like we're spending way too much money on to get our hair done. Like
Right.
Beauty
they
is
make
you're right about it. Uh-huh.
so much
Beauty is the
money off
biggest
of
industry.
like that industry is crazy. Like if black women stopped probably like buying hair for like a year, we could probably fund all the schools and all the hospitals that we need all around the world. Like
Good God.
we have a very strange, but it's just one of the underlying problems that we have as a community is the self-hate. We don't like the way God made us, so we spend a lot of money trying to change that. The same thing with bleaching. Like it's not a big deal really in America.
It's not.
But
I'm
when you're
glad you
talking
said that.
about
Yeah.
outside of America, black people have a big problem. They spend billions of dollars on bleaching cream. Like
Uh-huh.
but that's just an example of like this industry that other races are making billions on, and we're the people they're allowed to export, and they're allowed to make that money off of us because we hate the way God made us and we're spending all this money to change it. Um, as far as the weave, I don't necessarily have an issue with women, black women wearing, like, of course, wearing other people's weave. Of course, I think that there could be some self-hatred in that, but I feel like if we wasn't getting it for for so we can have straight hair like non-black women, or we can do or whatever self-hatred trait that black women may be getting from wanting to wear weave and always having to have weave in their hair all the time, and not feeling confident in their real hair. But if they were buying this from us and we were the ones manufacturing it, making the money off of it, and it was just going back into our community, I wouldn't necessarily have an issue with that, simply because I know black women are like really creative beings. And one of
Mm-hmm.
the things, one of the bigger things that we use to express ourselves is our hair. And so a
Yes.
lot of black women like to be creative with their hair. They want to change
Mm-hmm.
colors and they want to explore this color. I want to go out with my homegirls and I want to wear this pink wig. You know, that's black women. That is what our hair has developed into now, right? It's, of course, back in the day, they would be a little bit more conservative, but as our trends evolve, we have gotten bolder, not just with black women in the expression of their hair, but also in our culture. Like our culture is way bolder now. I will argue cross the line. We've gone way too far from what I think our ancestors would accept. But That's one of the ways Black women express their hair. Like when they want to go out, they want to wear it this way, but of course you can't show up to your job in a pink wig, so you got a wig, so you can just wear it for that night and then take it off and wear your hair however you want to do it.
And that's a
You
luxury.
know,
That's not a luxury.
that is a luxury, but that's it's we're not a luxury to me is that I'm paying you this money for me to experience this, right? And I
Uh-huh.
think that you're benefiting from that. But I understand like buying stuff or whatever,
All
but
right, so
it's not going back into our community. So that's
but
that's
it's
not really
going
a
into it's going.
luxury.
Let me real quick with this solo. World history has recorded Mary J. Blige and Beyonce wearing lion hair in
Mm.
their heads. Can any other woman, I'm not being arrogant about this, can any other group of women in the world say that?
No, because their hair isn't gonna fly, isn't gonna flow the same as I don't know. I don't know.
Solo,
I
hold
just
on,
think
solo. So, Cairo, all right. Mary J. Blige wore lion hair at the Super Bowl in Los Angeles. Jamie, you and me was out there a couple years ago. If y'all can pull this up, when they
Hey,
performed at the head, she had lion hair in her head.
that's sad.
Beyonce, I think I'm the only two people I can think of that had lion hair as weave. So I'm
Mm.
asking you, all of us are intelligent thinkers on this panel. Can y'all think of any other ethnic group of women that can say that?
no, I don't, and I don't think a lot of other women are creative with their hair, like as much as Black women are. So I think that yes, that is a luxury, but I guess I just can't support it because it's too much of our money
Do
collectively
you?
going
All right,
outside the race.
all right, solo. All right, solo. So we cool. It ain't nothing wrong with you and me having all. So here we go, solo. So we're we're the creator's chosen people, right?
I agree.
All right. So if you agree with that, what's wrong with Mary J. Blige and Beyonce wearing lion hair? That's just two of our members. We're trying to get it to the point where any one of y'all want to wear some lion hair.
First of all,
I
a
mean, I
lion is
don't have nothing
carnivorous.
against that.
Why
I
would you want
don't
a
have nothing
lion is
against
fucking
that.
a carnivorous animal? Why would you want to wear something carnivorous that attacks the natural animal of this planet? Why would you want anything of that connected to your energy? That doesn't make any sense to me. Make that make sense.
Cairo, if you eliminate humanity off the planet, the lions take over. So we have dominion over the planet. So for us to domesticate lions, put them in zoos and have them in safaris and stuff like that.
The lions will not take over. You forgot about the adult elephants? A lion can't, it take about 15 lions to fucking attack one adult elephant. I don't know why people think lions are so superior like that. They're not. The strongest land animal is an adult elephant. You ever saw two adult elephants come up? A
But I
whole
mean,
herd
a
of
lion
lions
is the king
get
of
up
the
and get the.
jungle.
A lion is not a king of the jungle. An adult elephant is the king of the jungle. You can
Let's
look
pull
that
Come
the
up.
on,
pyramid
Cairo.
up. Pull the pyramid. Pull the pyramid up.
You're talking about the space. That's the reason why we cursed today. Why we failed. But a lion,
We failed due to disobedience. We didn't
a
want to
lion
obey.
is not the king of the jungle. An elephant is the king of the jungle.
I mean,
We'll fact check.
I think the elephant, like out. I think the elephant is probably more intelligent than a lion, but I think that they use more than that on the spectrum to decide that the lion is the king of the jungle. I mean, I think elephants are big humans, but for some reason they're not the king of the jungle.
They're not the king of the jungle, Cairo. Come on now.
No.
I'm willing to
But give
bet
us
you
some facts.
$100. I'm willing to bet you $100 that they are. I'm willing to
I
bet.
mean, I
Okay,
guess
okay,
like
hold
maybe
on.
in your
Jamie, jump in,
opinion,
Jamie.
That is not
but
an opinion. Solo is facts. This is not an opinion. This is facts.
We need the receipts.
okay,
Go
so
ahead,
Right
Jamie.
but
now and research it.
I guess Charge, we're just going off of what Western,
Wait, Taj,
I
just
guess.
research it real fast. Y'all got a phone? Pull it up and research it. Because I could be wrong, but
But
just pull
that's
it up
your
and
point to
research
prove, Cairo. Why we gotta research it if
Right,
that's your point?
because everything says that
me
the
and
land.
Solo are in agreement
Let
that when
me
Jamie
let
hasn't
me
spoken,
it. But you
intervene.
asked me for facts, so I'm giving you facts.
me and Solo, and until Jamie speak, we're giving you the fact of known to man that lions are. If you
But that's
erase
an
humans off the
opinion.
planet, that's an opinion that lions are the king of the jungle.
That's an opinion. That's not a fact. You asked me for a fact. I told you to fact check. That's evidence. Your opinion, you're not producing evidence. I'm telling you, I can produce elephants. Research it. The evidence is there. No matter how much of opinion you have, if you don't have a fact, it's not going to be valid.
When we watch Animal Kingdom or anything else, or if we go to Africa ourselves or wherever lions dwell, do we see elephants chasing lions? Or why do I have to ask? Come on, Cairo, don't do me like that. I
Because
gotta ask
elephants are
these
not
are rhetorical
carnivorous.
questions.
Elephants
Huh?
are not carnivorous, so they're social. That's the difference from carnivorous animals and social animals. That's the difference from meat eaters, flesh eaters, and animals that's not flesh eaters. Animals that's not flesh eaters, they're not going to try to attack you because they don't crave blood. They're more social. But a carnivorous animal is going to try to attack you. That's the difference.
So a king, we're using the term king, exerts wisdom, mercy, force, and power. That's just a few words. To be brute force matters in dominating the jungle.
Only if necessary. That's just like an elephant. It's not going to attack you unless it's necessary, unless it's feel threatened. The king not about to go around and start shit and trying to attack people because they're wise. Only time somebody is going to react anything in human nature is it feel threatened because nothing wants to be defeated. But go ahead, Jamie, because you over there looking like you about to explode.
Okay, so first and foremost, to answer the question y'all going back and forth with, which is kind of crazy. I actually love the Animal Kingdom. I watch it pretty much every day. I watch a whole lot, different species of animals. The lion is considered the king of the jungle, first off. But the elephant, if she's talking about just for brute strength, sure, the elephant is the strongest.
That's what I'm talking about.
But the reason that the lion is considered the king of the jungle is more so with the leadership, courage, and family oriented possession that lions come with. Like no other animals dominates the way lions dominate. Like they may not be the strongest individual animal, but when it's the how they move and stuff like that. When it comes to they pride together, they're the strongest. Like you're right, it does take a lot of them to take an elephant down, but an elephant, when they see them, they would rather avoid them because they're the apex predator of their.
So you saying that an elephant's family structure? You saying that the way the pride of a lion structure is more dominant than the pride of an elephant structure?
Well, yeah, because
how?
Oh, I did say because I was about to explain.
Best podcast in the world, y'all. Go ahead, James.
Because the lion doesn't work. He send his woman to hunt.
We'll get to that. Let Jamie cook. Go ahead.
They do. Yeah, the women do primarily hunting. Got echo now.
Let me hit mute. Hold on.
But yeah, they do primarily of the hunting, but that's because the women are way more flexible. They have more speed, agility, and stuff like that to be able to go out there and do that. The male's primary objective is to protect. So damn.
It's back?
Yeah, it is.
That might be me. Hold on, let me mute again.
So when it comes to that, like lions are very intelligent. Don't get me wrong. I mean, not lions, elephants. They're very intelligent. They actually remember things very well. Like an elephant, when they're getting old and they know they're about to die, they're one of the few animals that actually goes and go to a gravesite to die. So a tiger I'm just addressing Holly right now. A tiger can whoop a lion, but they don't have a.
You mean an elephant?
No. I'm addressing her comment.
Oh. I see.
But they don't have a pride like the lions do. That's the reason why they're not considered king of the jungle like that. Because tigers, for the most part, do things on their own. They don't do things in a group. Just like humans, think about this. Humans, we're considered the king of the planet, right? We're definitely not the strongest physically beings on the planet. Like let's think about that. But we're dominant over every species here. It's a reason for that. It's intelligence and structure and leadership.
But do you see the difference between an elephant and a lion? Elephants have to go out lions go out and attack and destroy.
Yeah,
How
absolutely.
is there any pride in that? Why should that's like the white man? He go out attack and destroy. You shouldn't have to attack and destroy.
Well,
To
that's
eat.
for survival. Remember, go ahead, Cairo. My bad.
Go ahead. No, I'm listening.
No, remember we had that discussion in the prior podcast where we were saying that survival is their religion. Once they was disconnected from the sun, and they came out of that ice age, the Caucasus Mountains, why we call them Caucasians. That just became their way of life. I won't even call it religion. Their way of life is survival. The challenge in the world right now is which route is better, survival or harmony. I'll go first.
Harmony.
Thank you. You beat me to it. Harmony.
And elephants bring harmony.
Good point. I can't dispute that, Cairo. I can't. So I see where you're going with it. But the question was, who's the king of the jungle? I like where you're going with it, to be honest with you.
I'm saying the elephant. Look.
Huh? No. So let's flip the question this way. If you're saying that, hey, if you take the animal, you take the lions off the planet, you'll get closer to harmony through the elephants. I'm all with you. I love harmony. I you know what I mean? So, but back to the people you talking about, that's in their nature. You feel me? So we're as the creator's chosen people.
Jamie.
I
can't hear him.
You can't hear it, Ty?
No, can you hear him?
Yes, I can.
Them some dirty. I can't hear him.
Yeah, we talking some heavy shit though. We talking some heavy shit, Cairo.
They dirty. They don't want me
This is YouTube, Cairo. This is YouTube, and we got to kind of like we do. You said some heavy shit earlier, homie. I ain't gonna lie to you. I was like, damn, Cairo ass going in. A lot of the stuff, was on point.
What he said? You laughing? I can't hear him.
So they doing it.
Some heavy stuff.
I'm gonna log out because I can't hear him.
Solo, you can hear me?
Solo not even help you.
Yeah, I think Solo. All right. So yeah, but you let us go a while, Jamie. So let me. I need to check the comment section. I've been so focused on the convo. Yeah, elephant, lions, and I like eagles are dope too. I love the way the eagles move as well. Elephant, lions, and I like eagles. Yeah, that's the eagles. But eagles. All I see for me, that's how they measure dominance.
To answer your question, I think a lion will take down a gorilla. It's strong. They're very strong physically, but most gorillas they're not even following us. It is very strong.
Cairo, you can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I couldn't hear you. I was mad I couldn't hear you.
It's a really
Yeah, well, this YouTube, they definitely known for the censorship, so we do got to kind of be, they got their rules and regulations and all that. So, but now we talking some heavy stuff, everybody. That's why they did that. Hell yeah, no, this heavy shit. This some. You kind of pulled some shit out of me that I wasn't really ready to put out to the world yet. But no, this ain't no ABC elementary shit we talking here. This is, yeah. But it's the facts of life. It's the world we in, and this what it is. Now, where were we? Where are we now? We still on are we just freestyling?
We still
Yeah. But I'm with you on the harmony stuff, Cairo.
Yeah, I'm just tired of this anything that's attacking. It's like
That's
why do
coming.
we have to attack?
No, it's coming to an end, and they're starting to realize because the world is pretty much, I don't want to say turning against them, but looking at them like, yo, y'all the only ones on the planet doing this shit. But hold on. Do you say that to a mosquito when a mosquito come bite you and suck your blood? No, because you understand that's in the mosquito's nature. So what we're doing now is just kind of letting it be known that, yo, y'all the only people on the planet doing this shit. Yeah, it's wars, and other stuff and different, tribes going to war and all that, but once we can, and so that's pretty much the fight and the challenge to that's heaven. If we talking about bringing heaven to earth, harmony on earth, humanity, harmony. I don't even say humanity harmony, just harmony, because that's gonna bring the animal planet into it as well. We supposed to have lions and the whole animal kingdom in sync with us, but we're so out of sync.
Right.
Right. Yeah. So I won't just say harmony amongst people, harmony in the world, all living species. But the Creator chose us. In the beginning was the Word. I'm using this as ancient text, not as no religious stuff. In the beginning was the Word. The Word was God, and the Word was with God. So that means any living being that can utter a word. How many beings in this world can utter a word? That's how you know the Creator chose us. And what are we doing with the what you want to call that? The privilege of being the Creator could have chose the lions. The Creator could have chose the chimpanzees. The Creator could have chose the elephants, Cairo.
That's true.
The Creator to utter these words. That's true. Think about it. What separates us from them? The Creator say, "Okay, I'm gonna choose this species right here, and I'm gonna put my." There you go. And we just use it and abuse it however we want to, but
that's true.
That's what we are.
That's big facts.
I want to ask you, this is right. Because we were talking about experience, right? What do you consider is What do you consider what do y'all consider dark, brown, and light skin? I'm just curious on that because, if this was a topic I was having with somebody before, and I'm just curious of that. Like, give some examples.
I would say I'm chocolate, but not like dark chocolate. But I'm still black.
You're not dark chocolate, Cairo, but I hear you.
Shit, to a white person, I am. Them motherfuckers black.
You and Solo, y'all my favorite complexion. If I pulled out a yearbook of all my girlfriends, they're y'all complexion. From
Hey, Ty, want me to tell you something?
Huh?
You say they're brown.
Yeah, they're brown. Cairo and Solo are brown to me. You said a dark brown would be. I kind of want to say, no, I don't want to do her like that. I'm trying to see, cause I don't want
Lauryn Hill.
Yeah, all right, that's fair. Yeah, Lauryn Hill would be a dark brown.
I agree.
Thanks. Whoever said thanks. That sounded like Cairo. Thanks. 'Cause I didn't want to say the wrong name and whatever. Hey, colorism is real. But yeah, Lauryn Hill, I think I would say is a dark brown.
Right.
We're the Cairo, like the most. I mean, brown. When you look at the complexion of brown eyes, you know what I'm saying? That's the most prevalent eye color on the planet. So anybody with the skin tone to match brown eyes, I mean, not to just keep jumping on the white people, but when they go lay out in that sun, that's kind of what they trying to get with it. That they don't want to go through us to reconnect to the sun. They'll rather lay out there and run the risk, and try to do it that way, opposed to saying, "Hey,
sis, like, that shit. This is a apartment complex that was farm. And
You echoing? I can't hear.
Let me mute. That might be me. Hold on.
yeah, when I speak, when he's on, for some reason, it's echoing. But yeah, so they have something, I forgot what it's called, that basically they can lay in and it gives them a tan. Like they have that in certain luxurious apartment buildings and stuff, which is crazy. They fight, they want you to stop being that, but they have things that they use to try to be that.
But is that natural though? What does tanning do to your skin?
Burns it. Yeah,
But
I
is
mean,
that natural?
no, hell no, it's not. Natural is going back. Well, let's talk about how the sun is. See, I don't like when we use terms like black and white. That's what they call social constructs. Let's go to the scientific explanation of them having sun in their skin, and then when it was sent to the Caucasus Mountains, the ice age and all that. You can look this up. Technically, it's a condition of albinism. Albinism is not natural, Cairo. So they normalized it. So they normalized albinism. And we're saying, yo, y'all need to reconnect to the sun. And their way of going about reconnecting to the sun is just whatever you want to call it. But we're like, yeah, y'all gonna go all around humanity to try to reconnect to the sun because you have this superior mindset and you don't want Becky to blend with Jamal. Remember, it's about survival for them, not harmony. No, motherfucker, we want to dominate. That's what they out to do. No, we dominate in this world.
Right. Survival, not harmony. You're right.
Yeah,
Survival. Oh, that's deep.
that's what it is. Is that not what it is? We look at history for the past 6,000 since Alexander the Greek. Since
Damn,
Alexander,
did
when
you
they,
just hear what he said?
About
About, I never thought of it about like that. These motherfuckers trying to survive.
well, yeah, we knew that.
Not the way he put it.
that's what it is. And so when we look at it that way, we can kind of understand their angle more, but we definitely gotta counter it and say, okay, now we're not gonna allow that. You motherfuckers either gonna join harmony or the universe gonna do what it do. That's it.
Damn. I ain't never thought of it like that. Now I feel bad for him.
Cairo, you could look this shit up. They're not even hiding it. It's a
I feel
condition.
bad. I didn't know that.
Yeah, you're looking at a condition of albinism that has been normalized when it came out of the ice. When them motherfuckers came out of the mountain, I respect their gangster. Let me just put that on the record. When they came out of them Caucasus Mountains, they ain't played no games. Them motherfuckers like, we're gonna make the whole world feel our wrath. And have they not done that?
But yeah, you're right. I respect it too. You're right. I swear to God on everything I love, I respect that gangster. They came out like you said, them motherfuckers weren't playing. They still ain't playing. They like, we ain't going out without them. How could you not respect it?
Cairo, they so their heaven is considered Valhalla. Y'all can look this shit up. I'm not
What
pulling
is
this shit out.
Valhalla? I'm about to look this shit up, Val.
VALHALLA. People in the comment section can look this shit up too.
What type of Val? Like the evil Val? Like your Val?
No, not VI, it's VAL.
What is it called? Val what?
Valhalla. I think you pronounce it Valhalla. VALHALLA.
Oh, Valhalla.
Yes, a double L. And you know it gets you into Valhalla, which is, and I don't know the etymology of that word, but it's pretty much the heaven you go to for raising, I'm gonna use my words, I'm gonna paraphrase, for raising all the hell, like for being the greatest conquerors on earth.
Mine say something different. It's talking
Let me-
about Valhalla can refer to a few different entities, most commonly Australia down here mountains or something like that.
Let me see if and you got to
Yeah, it's
spell
talking about Australia down here mountains. I spelled it like you say, VAL holla, HOLLA.
Try HA, not HOHA. I'm gonna look it up too. I'm about to type it in too on this.
Oh, I see it.
See it? What you
It's a
got?
majestic hall of Norse mythology. Something about
There you
slain
go.
warriors,
That's it. That's it right there. This
the
the best
Valkyries.
podcast on the
Okay,
planet. Jamie,
with
Jamie, you
Odin.
better
Okay,
Jamie, you better get ready, man. If YouTube don't censor us, this the best podcast on the planet, man. Ain't nobody talking this type of shit
it's a
out.
majestic hall of it's mythology, it's myth. A
Yeah,
majestic
but
hall of
Greek.
mythology with slain warriors known as Hydras are taken by the Valkyries to live with the god Odin in a place of honor and feasting where the warriors fight and feasted daily only to be, oh my god, this is kind of deep.
Thank you.
Resurrected each day, only to be
And
resurrected each day, each evening to do it again. The term is also used today to refer to a place of honor and bliss, such as the Hall of Fame. Okay, so it's like Greek mythology or some shit.
yes, that's exactly what it is. Yeah, but who gave the world Greek mythology? Them. Don't. That's what you think Christianity is. Christianity is when the Greeks, not the
Right,
Greeks, when the Romans got it, they remixed it. They put
right.
they pretty much, they blended their Greek mythology into Christianity. And that's what you got today.
And you've been sitting on this all this whole time. All this knowledge he over there sitting on.
Hey. So that's that. So that's their heaven, Cairo. So now it makes more sense in this world when they, conquering and doing all the shit they doing. 'Cause they feel like, nigga, the rank I'm gonna get when I leave this motherfucker. Although it's mythology, but they buy into it.
I believe
And,
it.
and as black America, Cairo, we don't have no choice but we're wishing them do this shit. It ain't
Right.
like from again. If we start from Alexander the Greek, they've been on a conquering path. Am I lying? Am I making this shit up? Y'all help me out now. Is that not what's been going on? Alexander the Greek is the one who went into Egypt.
That's exactly what's going on. Ever since they left the mountains, they have been on a quest to never go back,
Mm-hmm.
and they're going to force every other race on the planet to follow their
That's my
religion.
girl. That's my girl.
But Solo, do you
You
think
know
they're
what?
gonna return back?
I mean, the Bible says that God is supposed to return.
Okay. But do you think that like the Caucasians are gonna return back to like the Caucasus Mountains?
I mean, we can hope.
Okay. He said we can hope.
But hope, pray, and everything else.
That's
But
fucked up.
yeah, now
I mean,
it's heavy stuff
I
going
can tell
on.
you what they have benefited, and a lot of people say, "Well, they have the modern society today." Well, I mean, back in the day, like before we have what we have now, like this sort of work for your living. When I read, it sounds like everyone in the community had what they need back in the day, like back in those times before they created this work to live type of structure that the United States got going on. You have to work in order to, if you want to be able to have somewhere to live and stuff like that. Um, so I don't necessarily think that it's better now. Like, I don't know. I don't know. All I know is that
You
they
know
have
something?
brought a lot of genocide, a lot of diseases, a lot of that stuff that they dealt with in the caves. According to their scientists, this is what they alleged, that you guys didn't have the societal norms that other people, black people around the world had already. And so we had to teach you guys these things. And we have to civilize you. Just for us to civilize you, for you to come out and force
Mm-hmm.
your way of
Mm-hmm.
living in the mountains on everyone
Mm-hmm.
else, and you're gonna kill and
Mm-hmm.
steal in order to do it. And then the stealing of the land from black people, because these nations were back in the day. These nations, other people in the world, these were black people or different type of people, but a lot of these people were black. These mixed races come from okay, I'm done. That's
No,
it.
go ahead. What was you saying? These mixed races? What?
They come from
That's go
Wait, but
ahead,
I'm
they
trying to
Solo.
come
hear what cause
from
see,
white
I'm trying
people.
to.
They come from white people mixing with black people in different areas of the world. That's why you have dark Indians and light Indians. That's why
Ooh,
you
wait.
have, and the Asian people were black people until they started mixing with the Caucasian. and now they look adjacent to white. So like that's
Facts.
just these different races. The original Asians were black people. The original Africans
Facts.
were
Solo,
black
what you
people.
know about that? Oh Lord.
The
A
original
whole
North
lot.
Americans were black people. All these people were black until Europeans came and started to
Mm-hmm.
spread their empire and
Mm-hmm.
mix with these what is it, Aboriginal
Yeah,
population.
Aboriginals.
yeah,
Then they
Aboriginal.
brought their disease, and I mean, they brought everything. They wanted to
Yep.
steal the land and kill off
Yep.
some of the population, and so
Yep.
that's what sort of their goal. And then they brought their different, all their other stuff, and then they took over. Imagine,
Mhm.
what I'm saying? Like, I mean, that's how we are now. Like, that's how what happened. They went exploring, and they were killing off people, and then they were taking over their governments, and
Mhm.
so then these people mixed in, continue to hold the governments, and then that's when a lot of these countries fought for their independence. But I mean, they didn't just walk out and leave all the resources there and say, figure it out. No, they say, okay, we're gonna let you be independent under these conditions, and we sucking all the money out of these countries and profiting the white countries.
Wait, I didn't hear who you said went in the Corcus Mountains and bought them out.
I mean, they were there. I mean, it was different people. So people were exploring, like different kingdoms were exploring.
Okay.
That's my understanding of how this should happen.
They should have left
They
their
were
ass right in the
exploring, and they started migrating outside of. I mean, of course, it was people there because we sort of had to civilize them. I mean, how am I making that up? That
No,
No,
they
no,
no.
had
you
to civilize
spot
them.
on. You
Hmm.
spot on. So what
We
I
had to
can't remember.
civilize them and make
What
them
right.
realize that certain decorum, I would say, like this is how you live. This
That's
is how you
exactly what happened. Right. I can't remember the person who did it, but that's what happened. A black
That's
civilization went in there and civilized them. But
why
when
did
they
they go
came
in
out,
there?
that's what we do, Cairo. We the representatives of the creator on the planet. That's don't forget the chosen people, the creator job is not to walk around bragging and being arrogant.
Right,
Our job
right,
is to show the world
right,
the creator's way.
right,
So
right,
you
right,
would go into the Caucasus Mountains to civil. Hey,
right,
here's how you do. Hey,
right,
wash your ass, nigga. You ain't even
right,
washing yet. You ain't even
right,
just took a shit. You ain't even wash it. You know what I mean?
right,
Use
right.
these leaves over here.
How many
Have
times?
you ever? You see how fast motherfuckers wash their hands in the bathroom? Or if they
That's true.
even. So just rewind 6,000 years. So if you said that's true in the bathroom, rewind that 6,000. If they doing that in
The
2025.
other one, the big one.
they had public baths. I'm just saying.
So solo, you was spot on. I ain't know you knew that much. So solo, you spot on. So what I can't
Yeah, that
remember
was
is the
deep.
person. They said I don't even want to
I've
say
heard
that.
I've heard the general term that the Moors civilized Europe twice.
Uh huh.
That they went and it was black. It was black. Ain't the Moors like those? Don't quote me. Aren't they like the black people from Spain?
Yeah. I'm in the comment section now. All in agree with
I
you.
think you
All I
are.
see for me said yeah the Moors. All I see
That's
said
what
the
that
yes.
guy said in
I've
that
heard
book.
that
He said it
too.
was in Spain.
Yeah, the Moors, right?
Yes,
Hmm.
or maybe like they're from. I can't remember where
I
the
think they
Moors
from
are from.
Spain.
Are they from Spain?
You ever
No,
read
I think
that
they.
book
I
that
think
Monk gave you?
they from Morocco. Moors is short for
Yeah,
Morocco,
North North
but they
Africa. That was my other guess. North
right. They
Africa.
went into Spain. They went into
Okay.
Spain, but they from
Okay.
Morocco. But
Yes.
they were
Okay.
at that time. They were the melanated people that was going around civilizing the world, which is our job. It's to civilize the world. Come on now, we're not saying this Lord's prayer for nothing. Heaven on earth, how that part go? Heaven on earth as it is in what's the line?
Yeah.
Y'all know how
Yeah.
it go. So that's the goal. That's the end game. That's the touchdown. That's the end zone. Heaven on earth, harmony. If you want to use harmony, either one, they both work.
Well, remember that book? Have you ever read that book, The Alchemist? Remember when he was describing that he was a merchant and he said that he was in Spain and he was in love with this Moorish girl, but she was kind of like dark skinned? You ever read that book?
No, I haven't. That's
Yeah,
deep
you
though.
gotta read it. He fell in love with her, and he was like, she was a Moorish girl, but they had money. He was like, he was a peasant, but she come from a royal bloodline where she had money, and he was like nervous because he never thought that her father would accept him or something like that. But that was his first love.
Mm. Now,
The dude who
now,
wrote the book.
okay, I've heard of the book too. I'm familiar with the title. I just hadn't gotten into it yet. But that reminds me of the Mask of Blackness. Now, the Mask of Blackness. This man, we going in on this one. The Mask of Blackness took place in England, and this is the transition, y'all. This is the transition from Black Beauty. They call this sun kiss. They say these people are kissed by the sun, which means you got sun in your skin. This is the transition from Black Beauty to White Beauty, and it was on a royal level. So this was like the Mask of Blackness is spelled Masqueus of blackness, and this is where they flip the script on what beauty is. But and at that time, they was acknowledging the beauty of the black women of that time. But I can't remember, these brains we working with. But that was like the transition period. Well, okay, now we're gonna promote this look to the world as beauty. And that's when it took place. As far as beauty, and let's not sleep on beauty. Beauty is a huge industry. So that deserves some attention. If people spending that many billions into beauty, trying to beautify themselves, that deserves some scrutiny. That deserves some observation. Okay, what's going on? Well, so imagine that. And this is my last point on this. Imagine them flipping the script on what beauty is, and now they got you going to these damn beauty supply stores trying to look like them when they know the original beauty.
It's
They know
you.
where it's from. Right.
But
Everyone is
like somebody
always
was
trying
saying, I
to.
think it was Solo about that bleaching product. I got a friend and she done bleached the hell out of her skin because she don't want to be dark. She said that like in certain countries being dark is looked down upon, so she just be bleaching her skin. Me and her was the same color. Now she's lighter than me. And this one lady I saw, she did so much, but you can tell like a lot of Africans they bleach their skin.
Yeah.
But my friend, she don't like being dark. She bleached the hell out of that skin. Now she light it. She like, oh my God, I love my skin. I'm so beautiful. I'm like, oh my God. But she be skin bleaching.
I don't use the word hate often, but I hate to see Jamaican sisters doing that because brown. Y'all heard me say earlier, brown skin is my favorite complexion, especially when it comes to the ladies, and to see them bleaching any shade of brown. Now, I hate to say it this way. I kind of understand the people with the darker complexions. I kind of understand them, but anybody that's brown doing that shit, it's offensive. That's just me. You know what I'm saying? It's like, no, if your skin complexion is the color of brown eyes, and y'all heard what I said earlier, brown eyes is the most prevalent eye color on earth, whether you white, black, pink, green, yellow, blue, or any color. White people got brown eyes. Asian people got brown eyes. Latino people got brown eyes. Come on now. So if your skin complexion is the color of the most prevalent eye color on earth, and you ashamed of that,
You can
so
go
I'm
deep on
proud.
that
That's
too.
one thing I'm proud of my Black American sisters for. I ain't never seen a Black American brown skin chick bleach her damn skin. I ain't never. Have y'all seen that?
Because when you get older, you don't want to be brown. You want to be darker because you realize darker is better. I told you because women, gravity notice us, right? So
Hmm.
dark skinned women, gravity don't notice them like they notice brown skinned women. Look at a brown skinned woman face when she get older. That shit start breaking down. You can fucking tell. But a chocolate
Damn.
woman, you're not gonna
Yeah,
be able to tell because you ain't gonna see. I'm telling you, they age better. I'm brown and
they
I be
do. No, I
looking
wouldn't
at them.
dispute. No, I agree. I wouldn't dispute that at all. I fully agree with that.
The darker,
The,
the better you are.
the
I'm
dark, yeah.
telling you.
Yeah, no, shout out to Tupac. Shout out to Tupac. But and to your point, Cairo, it's the closest we can get to the original Earthlings. The darker people are the closest you get. Here, listen, I got a brother that's Jamie complexion. My middle brother is Jamie complexion. This is when I cut out all the light skin, dark skin jokes. When I learned that knowledge that we all come from the darker skinned people of the planet. So that's when I
I
start.
swear to God.
I stopped the dark jokes like in middle school. I cut that shit out way back. Oh no, so do we come from them? Nigga, you ain't nothing but a coffee with a lot of cream. You know what I'm saying?
I
The
swear on
lighter
my
you are.
soul, If they come out with some type of tanning thing for black people where we can get a shade darker, I'm hopping in that motherfucker. I'm not second guessing it. I'm like, man, I need some more color. I swear to God, because I'm Asian and you can notice it. But if they had us, I want that melanin. If I can buy some melanin off the black market, I'm telling you, I would be buying it.
What photo are you speaking of?
What?
Support. I'm addressing a comment.
I wish we can buy melanin. I'll be buying some.
You got enough, Cairo, but I hear you.
No,
I hear
I
you.
don't. I want some more.
You're making a good point, though, but as far as even when brown skin age, you can see the difference compared to like a darker skinned person aging. I hear you on that.
Yeah, nobody don't want me. Shit, I want some melanin. Anybody know a black market government where I can get some more melanin?
Oh, no, it's out there. No, they sell, you can buy melanin, they sell it by the ounce. It's available.
How
That
you
shit
get
ain't cheap,
some?
though. I don't know who sell it, but it's out there, and it ain't cheap. It's more expensive than
I
gold.
want some. I need some melanin.
Yeah, that shit. I can't remember how much it is per ounce, but it's out there. It's
Man,
definitely on the market, and it ain't black market. Like you could legally just buy some melanin if you want, But that shit is
I'm about to
expensive.
research it. I need
Yeah,
some shit.
but when you get to dark matter and all that, I mean, that's what we are. We sparks of energy inside of matter, and the matter. When you look in the sky, what you see out there, black matter.
That's true.
So everything is formed out of that. All that empty black matter we got out there, you know what I'm saying, is we come from that. So that shows you what some people teach the color black is not a color. It's the source of all colors.
Right. Is
Every
it?
color in that crayon box come out of the black crayon. You
That's
got to
true.
do whatever. Yeah.
How can you buy melanin?
Let's see what they
That's
talking about.
sad. I'm just trying to buy some melanin. Melon.
Was it the conquistadors black and I know that term, but I'm not that familiar with the guy. I'm familiar with the term. I can't remember the history of the
Oh, you can't
conquistadors.
get it. You can't inject it.
It's to distort the vision and hell as right. And we growing out of that. Yeah, my stepfather, mom had a picture of a white Jesus. Yeah, that white Jesus was what's the word?
Pregnant.
Damn. They to yeah, I'm gonna just use the word published. It's been like a billion to a trillion times. That's how many images they've made of that image, and they didn't do no variations. So the white Jesus image has been publicized. Like if it ain't a trillion, it's a billion times. There's no DEI versions of the white. They got a monopoly on that. They're like, no, y'all go make your own black Jesus. If they come through to this, that's it, y'all. What's on y'all mind?
You talking about go make your own black Jesus? That shit.
That's what they did. Yeah,
I'm looking at these melanin injections.
there it is. That's it right there. So it's a real thing, Carol. Yeah, it's out
They
there.
got melanin injections and melon gummies.
I didn't know about the gummies.
Yeah, but I don't want the motherfuckers injecting me with something else. Them dirty bastards.
That's why I wouldn't play with it. I like how my parents procreated me. I like the way they created
I'm
me. You
saying,
know what I
fuck
mean?
all that. Y'all think it's a game.
I'm cool.
I'm going to give me some gummies. I'm going to try the gummies and see. But I'm like, if the sun burned darker, hotter, then I could have just sat underneath the fucking sun. But it's winter. Like, you know what I mean? I need some color. I don't know about y'all.
Yeah, I'm good on that.
I don't want to be. Fuck all that. They got that synthetic stuff out there too. I don't want that.
I agree with SG said. I think that technically okay. Why? So here we go.
Oh my God.
Gang.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm about to go ahead and close this thing out now, y'all. I actually got to start cooking and shit. I'm actually cooking because we be a lot longer than I expected.
Yeah.
Somebody said, "Can I join?" We about to go ahead and get off now.
Yeah. Next time, buddy.
Mm,
Shout
Straight
out to everybody in the comment section.
that's-
Is it something you wanted to share real quick or what? What was it?
No, that's it. I pretty much emptied the thought tank on this one.
I'm talking to the person commenting, certified women guys.
Uh I hear that, SG. I'm just not going back through some of the comments. Difference between us and animals is that we have free will to choose our path. Animals don't get. All right.
So you're talking about something different topic. Hey, certified demigods. It's possible I might do another live for that particular topic for those for those discussions in another 2 hours or so. It's possible. If so, I'll definitely, if you available and come on, I'll definitely let you up about that.
SG, my grandma, when she was raised in the North in the 50s and 60s, she would tell me how blacks and whites, where she grew up, lived together. She didn't experience racism until she moved to the South. What's your
Okay.
viewpoint? They need to. Somebody said they need to go back home. Oh man.
So yeah, like if I come on and stuff, like I say, it's probably gonna be 2 hours from now. So maybe like 9:30 Pacific time. If you East Coaster, that'll be 12:30. It sucks.
Yeah.
Alright. But I'm not gonna be on that long. So if I do one, it's gonna be probably like 2 hours. But yeah, I gotta go ahead and cook me something and shit real quick. Get my other topics and slides together and then come back. So appreciate everybody who stopped through for this window, my panel, the subscribers, chat. Appreciate everybody, but I gotta go ahead and close this out and cook me something. But I'm gonna catch y'all on the next one.
All right. Much love, everybody. Till next time. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, I don't sleep, Ali. We team no sleep.
Jay don't sleep. I heard that.